¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama?
What's up, everybody, and thank you all for coming over to Divine TV to chill out with me tonight. I have a very interesting guest that's gonna come on and just gonna knock your freaking socks off tonight. He is an author. He is an innovator. He is a former entertainer slash current entertainer. He's a YouTuber. He's a motivational speaker. Please put your hands together and help me welcome to the stage. Let's see how we gonna do this. Let's see how we gonna do this. Um, 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 um. Billy Boy TV, what's up, baby?
What's up? What's going on?
What's up? What's going on? What's going on? I'm so glad to have you here tonight. I'm running a little wee bit behind. I'm on CP time for real. But you know, it is what it is. I do thank you for coming in tonight and to share a part of you with us tonight. Where should we start? Where should we start? Are we gonna start from you were a small time boy, or are we gonna start from damn how you exploded on the scene? Because you know you comes on there and you just shuts them down.
Small town boy.
In homage to you this evening, because you know you've been doing a whole bunch of reading. I got my reading glasses so we can get into some reading tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna explain the rules and the regulations this evening to each and everybody that's in our chat tonight. Tonight is the chat with Divine. So what we want to do is we want to get an intimate look at how the person that we're talking to this evening became who the person that they are. So the first 35-40 minutes is going to be strictly about them. My co-host is just waiting in a wing for me because she's got a little something that's going to spice it up a little bit. But then after that, we're going to open it up and we're going to ask each and every one of y'all to all be respectful. If not, my moderators are in the channel and in the comments, and they will escort you out. You know, we're gonna ask for everybody to be respectful because there's no judgment free zone over here. So if you can't be respectful for my special guest, you can't be respectful for me. So once again, we're gonna take and do our little what disclaimer. Because what's up? Warning: the views, expressions, and opinions expressed on this program is just that, views and opinions. Don't take any of this bullshit serious, but I will warn you, viewer discretion is advised. With that being said, how you doing today? How was your day?
Long. It was long and
Why?
it was involved. I was busy. That's all. I was busy. So it's been kind of nonstop since I woke up.
Well, you know, you had several lives last night, you know, and I tried to tiptoe through a couple of them, but people saw me and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this side of the Spilly yet. So out of, you know, the what it is, I want to touch on a couple topics, and you know, you're free to tiptoe either across or tiptoe and jump in a little bit, or whichever way that you want to do it. That's completely up to you. I want to get into who is Billy Boy. Can you elaborate on this for that?
Okay. So now this is when I start sounding real crazy because I got all these different personalities. But Spill It Boy is that is the YouTuber. That's the whole YouTube persona, really is what that is. I came down here and started doing show reviews. That's where it all started at. I started doing show reviews. RuPaul's Drag Race was the very first show review I did. It was in 2014, and it just grew from there. That's what I actually came for. A friend of mine named Terry, a girl I
Mm-hmm.
actually went to school with, like literally went to school from kindergarten all the way through high school. We went to
Mm-hmm.
school together, and then I ended up like making her wedding gown and everything like that. So she's like bestie. But it was her idea. She was like, "You should review RuPaul's Drag Race," but she thought that I was going to blog about it, and I said, "You know what? I write anyway." So I said, I don't feel like writing something else. I said, "I'm going to do vlogs," and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to give that a shot. And I tried it, and then the next thing I know, child, I turned, and I wasn't always Philip. I was uh, under my regular name, James Caldwell, and then Spill It Boy just kind of happened. When I was like, well, I need a little name. But my channel itself, I actually didn't change the channel name to Spill It Boy until about a year ago. Everybody knew
Oh.
who Spill It Boy was, but my channel was still listed under James Caldwell. Then I was like, I don't want this channel under my government. I said, let me go ahead. Because it started, like, I started really knowing what the brand was and where I
Mm-hmm.
wanted the brand to go. And it took all that time to really know exactly where all my pieces were going to fit in. And
For the
now,
people that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, now I know where the pieces fit in. So that I switched it to Spill It Boy. I switched it to Spill It Boy. And then I put the TV on there because then I could really umbrella everything else. So it took all this time to literally figure out where this thing was going to go.
So do you think what is it that took and led you to the Spilly Boy? Like what was the thought process behind, hey, I'm gonna go from being, JC to Spill It Boy, or is it just something that just came through? And then while you're answering that question, where did Spill It Boy yin 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 Spill It Boy yin 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 yin, come
That
on
happened
with it?
a month ago. That
Huh?
literally that happened a month ago.
Really?
That happened a month ago. I Spill It Boy, the Spill It Boy little moniker, that happened like
Mhm.
6 months into me being there because of the way I approach things.
Mhm.
So that's where that actually came from. I knew that was going to be me, that was going to be my little name, but it just wasn't like I put out front. The way that I actually handle things, because I just open my mouth and I let whatever it is fall out of it.
Let loose
That's
and
where the
let
spill
have.
it, I did. That's where the Spill It Boy thing comes from. The whole Spill It Boy yin yin yin. That doesn't belong to me. I'm Spill
Oh, it,
It Boy. I was what you would say the inspiration for that, but that belongs to Chi Chi. Maddie,
oh,
yeah. It was one of those things like, do you mind? I'm like, how could I possibly? Like, Chi Chi loves Spill It Boy. So he just kind of was singing my name one day and it stuck. So
yes, because
I'm
every
like,
time you come into
maybe,
one of ours, we
maybe I
give it
do
to
what
you.
you want to do. I just think it's cute. Yeah, I'm like,
Yes,
I'll sign off on all of it. I just thought it was great. I thought it was funny and it was weird how it just stuck to me. You know what I mean? And
yes.
I'm like, child, hey, I'm here for it.
Every time you come over and see us, we always spill it, boy, yin, 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 yin,
Yeah.
yin. We give it to you, baby. We
How
give it
often
to you.
does that happen though? That someone else comes up with like a ringtone or just a whole little thing from your name. I was like, child, go
Yeah.
for it. Turn it into
You
whatever
done
you
got
think.
you a you
Yeah.
done got you a whole ringtone and message and everything without even doing too much or nothing. Just
Right.
lending the name.
Yep, that was cheap.
So, speaking of Chi Chi and different things like that, I want to talk to you a little bit about how do you feel about, hmm, I'm going somewhere with it, but I'm trying to get the correct word so I don't take and say it the wrong way. How was it whenever you took and met Madison for the very first time? I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
Okay.
So just to give you a little idea of what I'm talking about, and for everyone in the audience to know what I'm talking about, this is a current picture where the last time she was in Philadelphia. and that
Nope.
they first met.
Nope.
That's not one?
Nope. That was in
Oh, okay.
I
That
was
was
in
where?
Baltimore
Oh,
last summer in Baltimore.
okay, okay. So
Yep,
how was it meeting her and meeting Miss Mary? And then, let's go ahead and see the rest of the girls. You met all of the girls.
I did. I
So
did.
how was it?
Okay, so the first time I met Matt, that was actually the second time that we actually met up. I met her the first time she came here in 2018. 2018 for Gay Pride. Um, the trans community actually brought Maddie in for that one day on for Pride, and
Hmm.
I ended up meeting her and her manager at the time that day. Walked up on her and didn't say anything. Like I've been following her forever, like back to
Hmm.
when she was doing Vine. The very first Vine I saw was her coming to the door, the one that went viral, that blew her up into this social media thing. When she comes to the door, she's like, "Come on in." So I
Right,
was following
right.
her all the way back then. And I walked down the street and she looked at me and she was like standing there and I'm like, yeah, I came to see you. She gonna say, I know who you are. Get on over here and hug me around my neck. And it just been
Took off from
like
there.
that was that. That's when I met her. And she took me right then out of the crowd. And I was backstage with her the whole time, the whole day. And we just clicked. We just clicked. And then like um it just kind of was what it was. I kept following her and everything like that. And then in 2018, she was coming to Baltimore to perform
Hmm.
during the whole Queen Supreme Court tour. And I went to Baltimore and I was there for the whole 2 day event. And that's where the pictures came from.
So is
And
that when you took and did your blog? Because I remember seeing your blog. Because I'm gonna show you how long I've been following you. When you did your blog and you and somebody was driving you there and you was completely painted and dusted from head to toe,
right.
and you was going to the show that night. I was like, oh, I am so weak and evil.
Yeah,
I'm weak
that
and
was in
evil.
Baltimore. That was on our way to Baltimore. My best friend, well, I call him my brother. Everybody on YouTube knows him as my brother. His name was Chet. And
Hmm.
I basically spent like, how long was I there? I usually go spend like 10 days with my brother in the summertime. And I think it was like, that wasn't my 10 days. I think I was with him for like 6 days at that point. But anyway, I went down for that. So that was who was actually driving around. He lives in Maryland, and we just um, drove on up to Baltimore. I went, the picture you see me as James the first day, or
Hmm.
Spell Boy the first day. That was at the brunch because they separated out. Her tour is she does, yeah, that's at the brunch. She'll do the brunch on that
Sunday.
Sunday, and then on
Hmm.
Monday is the actual show. So I didn't even say anything to her. I just, when she came in and she was like, "I got my Spill It Boy, got my Spill It Boy." That was she was clowning during the brunch, and at the brunch, I met Miss Mary for the first time. Uh,
Hmm.
I've not actually met Chi Chi in person yet. I haven't met Chi Chi.
Oh,
Mm-mm. I met Craig for the first time at the brunch. Um, and
so
then
how is she in person?
Maddie,
No, not
oh,
Maddie. I'm talking about Craig.
Craig.
Is it Craig the same
Craig is
chick
just like
Caddy?
Maddie. Craig, exactly the way you see him. That real sharp tongue and that little, he's real spicy, sometimes too spicy. Craig is exactly like that in person.
Right.
Exactly like that. He'll let you have it. If you step the wrong way, let your ass have it.
Well, how was it meeting Madison for the very first time?
The first time, like I said, it was just like running up into an old friend. It was like we never. It wasn't like meeting somebody new. It was just like running into somebody you already knew, and that's just the way it's always been with her and
Even though I physically haven't met you either, I felt the same way because we had that connection too. And then when you just told me, girl, I know who you is, I said,
I.
oh, me? Nobody here? Me?
That's
You
usually
know.
people. There's certain people. that I will just click with. Um, and you've seen that people in the Maddie Mob that like Shayla. Shayla is actually in the comment section now. She's actually in over there in the chat. I just clicked Shayla. I just liked Shayla, and there was just something, and I just clicked with Shayla. Same thing with Savon. I just fell in love with Savon from the board, and we just, we both ended up on the morning show, and I was just like, oh, I like her, So
Yes, yes.
just want to.
That's during the time whenever I'm doing my government job. So, I had to keep it cute and I can't really get on there. But, that's why I try to pop in the Patreon because, I can be right there with everybody else, without being right there with everybody else. But yeah, me and Savon, we gonna have to box soon as I see her because that's like a sister from another sister. That's my
Exactly.
home biscuit. And that's just the way I've ever always felt about her since I ran into her. And
Yeah,
Shayla's, I feel the same way with Shayla too.
same thing with Shayla, and then there's a couple others. So
Yes.
look, charge it to my head, don't charge it to my heart. But there's a group of Natty Mob that I just, and then I kind of knew who some of them were beforehand because I'm a moderator. So, I'd be sitting and looking down and seeing.
Well, baby, I didn't think you know who I was. I know I done seen you with the wrench, but I was just I even told the story to Savon. I was like, Savon, I can't believe this man actually know who I am. Well, I ain't gonna say man, I ain't gonna say him lie. I said, I can't believe this lady know who I am. And then when you was like, I was floored. I was done. I said, oh my God, I am a nobody, and this child know who I is. Not know who I am, who I is, child.
No nobodies, honey. No nobodies. Somebody's always watching.
Hello, somebody. That's what I've been learning. But we'll be right back with a quick little commercial so we can go, with commercials, because that's what I call them over here. We don't call them commercial. We'll be right back with a commercial right after the special little words from a sponsor. So if y'all all just joining me right now, not joining, but journeying. Yes, I'm a little country over here. I'm from Pensacola, Florida. So for all y'all can't understand the country slang, I'm gonna break it down to you and I'll get you right on together. Okay. So for everybody that's just now joining in our conversation, we are here with the infamous Spilly Boy. Ying, 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 ying. Spilly Boy, ying, 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 ying. Yes, baby. But Spilly Boy has graced us to the stage today. It's a couple of things that I want to touch on next that could be a little bit. So if you need your tissues, get your tissues ready because we're gonna go there. But don't forget, coming up next Tuesday, help me welcome to the stage none other than the talented, the multifaceted, the of hair. Mr. D Star will be in the house with us. That'll be at 8 o'clock again next Tuesday. So make sure you come in and see who he is. There's a whole nother side to him that you just haven't seen yet. I want to touch though a little bit on something that is, a very sensitive subject. And I want you to be very candid as you want to be. From me talking and discussing stuff with you offline and talking to you on a personal tip. And I've seen you disclose a little bit of it on some of your reading sections. So I'm gonna put her on right now so we can get right into this. And then Savon, go ahead and do that pose for me right quick because I want you to pop in for a second. Yes. That's that side eye. She'll be in a second, baby. But you disclosed to us a little bit about some of the isms and schisms that people had with you. But I want you to take the opportunity to explain to people how, in the middle of you going and doing the different things that you were doing, like how did you feel whenever you first found out that you had cancer? Like, how did you feel about that?
You know what? It wasn't that, well, I won't say it wasn't that deep. There was an urgency. Okay. So it wasn't, I didn't have time to process like that. I literally I kind of thought something was going on.
Mhm.
I There was a small little knot like right here, and I went and I'm like, let me just go ahead and see what this is about. And everybody like kind of start running around real fast, like what was going on. And that was on, let's see, that was on the 5th of July. It was on the 5th of July. And like a week later, because at first I had like one, what they call a fine needle biopsy, where they just stuck this really thin needle into it to see what it was, and they didn't get anything. And then I ended up having a regular biopsy. And that was, from that moment, it became like an urgency, because it's very true when they say, like, you always hear that growing up, that when the air hits cancer, it speeds everything. And
Yes, it goes like
all I
it'll
need,
spread it like that.
right, I had no discomfort at all. It was just like a little knot, and there was little things going on that I wasn't really paying attention to. Like after I looked back, I was like, I was kind of tired, and different things like that. When they did the biopsy, within like a couple days, like all of this swelled up to where I didn't
Mhm.
have like motion in my head. So
So the cells had took and
it
multiplied.
was just like the party had begun. And
Mhm.
I didn't go like and have this whole second like get a second opinion or anything like that. That was like on a Thursday. It was a Wednesday I got the test. Thursday I got a call that said, yes, it's cancer. That was on Thursday.
Mhm.
Friday, I was supposed to come into the doctor's office to actually sit with them, and get like a prognosis. And they say, we're going to do this, 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 and this. This is what we hope will happen. I didn't know, were you going to be able to cure it or what? I didn't know anything. Something happened with scheduling, and I couldn't get in.
Wow. So how did that
All
make
got
you
dropped on Friday, so I had to go through the whole weekend. Not
with it weighing on your
I
mind?
just knew that I had cancer, and
Mhm.
I didn't know, any of the real details. So it was just one of those things. Saturday, that next day, I was scheduled for a show. I had a show, drag show.
Girl,
And
don't tell me you wouldn't have did the show.
yeah, what? Baby, let me tell you
Oh, you
something
stubborn.
on, honey. Yes, I did. My friend, my bestie, my best drag girl here, Diamond. It was her show, and I was the hostess. So I was emceeing. Halfway through the show, voice gone. The swelling had begun. The swelling had begun. My voice had gone. And that was the thing. I had lymphoma. So the swelling here, it ended up pressing. The swelling created pressure against my vocal cords. And literally
Mhm.
throughout the show, I was having like trouble, like with volume. By the end of the show, I had no voice. None. So I'm like,
Wow.
trying to do this, but baby, we got through that show. We got through that
So
show. That point, and yeah, it was what it
it was
was.
pressing against your larynx then?
No, my actual vocal cords, my actual
Oh,
vocal
okay.
cords actually run. They're not here. People think that your vocal cords are over here.
No,
They're not.
no.
They're
No.
over on the side, and the
Mhm.
pressure was pressing them. There was a whole thing while I was going through. They didn't know if my voice was actually going to come back, but I was determined.
Oh,
That
I see it in your eyes.
that was not going to be an issue. One, I wasn't dying. I wasn't doing that. And two, I was definitely going to be able to talk because that's what I do. When I finished treatment and all of that, the first thing I did, I got a vocal coach. I was never a singer, but I knew that it's a muscle
Uh-oh.
and you had to work
Can you
it.
say that again for the ones in the back?
Oh no, I'm not baby. I'm not a singer. Just like I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Oh.
And I was just really determined. And I actually talked to people. There's a older man I used to see all the time. This is so weird, but he's a very nice man. I will see him when I go to the grocery store all the time. He actually runs like jitney. He like hangs out at the grocery store, and he's like he's retired, and he'll like give people rides. He runs like a little jitney.
So he's a jitney driver.
He's a jitney driver. So I always see him, and when stuff started happening, I told him what was going on. Here, he had actually had throat cancer, and he had his was cut out. And he has no voice. His voice is very, very low. He talks real low and real raspy. And he was like, "Oh no, your voice is not going to come back." And I told him, "You just wait, honey. I've always had a twinkle in my throat. I'm going to have this same high-pitched foolishness going on. You just wait and you watch." And when he's
good old twinkle.
Twinkle, baby. When he sees me now, he just laughs. He's like, "You said you was going to get that voice back." He said, "Especially when somebody pissed you off, I just start laughing because you be over there just as loud." I said, "Shh." But yeah, I was determined to do that. But yeah, so like I said, I went through the weekend, and then I literally started chemo that Wednesday. By the time it was the 28th of July, I started chemo that Wednesday. My first visit, I was actually in there for 8 days.
So were you scared whenever you was going through the chemo? Did you have to go through it by yourself? Did you have support?
No, I was pretty much by myself. One, my mother's not a hospital person. That's Madam Hysteria. I'm the one that stays calm and gets it done. She gets like frazzled. And I just told her, I was like, "Girl, you ain't got to do this." Because I knew it was going to it was like 5.5 months total that I would do my stuff. And the way that my treatments were 96 hours on. So I would come into the hospital on a Tuesday, and I
oh my goodness
to the machine, and I stayed hooked to the machine until I left on Sunday afternoon. So I would leave on Sunday afternoon, but most of the time I would be like off, like the IV and stuff would be removed like very, very late Saturday night. But yeah, I was like 96 hours on. Then I go home for 21 days and then come back and do it all over again. So my mother, by the time we got through maybe month 2, she got to where she could come to the hospital and she would sit maybe for an hour, but she would just be so worked up. She would be like, "Oh God, my stomach," it would be funny. I was like, "Why do you keep coming? Like, you don't have to come." But I had other people who would come. Some people I didn't even want to see them
because you already told me you wasn't going nowhere. So she was like, "I'm not going."
Yeah, my attitude was very much. My attitude changed a lot during that time. You start looking at life a whole different way. And I did. I looked at it a whole different way. It was a whole lot of praying and a whole lot of, okay, this is what it is. And a lot of times not going to be wasted. And that's a lot of times people don't understand why I do things the way I do. I don't have time to be playing with you. I played around a lot in the first part of my life with people who weren't who they said they were. I don't have time for playing with you. And I will walk away from you if you violate. I will walk away from you, and I may not give you an explanation. See, because when me and a person are dealing with each other, and friends know what the other friend did, and they know what they did in the friendship. Right. Ain't no need for no whole conversation. Ain't no need for me to be getting all upset. Let me just go on about my business. I don't have time to waste. This is my second go. I always look at it as my second go round. I ain't got time to waste. And a lot of people view that as me being mean, but I'm really not mean. I just don't have time to be playing with you.
You just direct to the point. Like, I'm here to do something, get the hell out of the way.
Listen, y'all always hear me say, if you're living for the moment, I love that little line from that Janet Jackson song. It just sticks with me. I am living for the moment. I don't have time to be playing with you, child. I'm going on about my business.
Well, girl, you have to excuse me. I'm a nut fanatic, so I got my infamous nuts with me. For anyone that know, you already know how I am,
Double
girl.
entendre, y'all.
Girl, you already know. You know I'm gonna get into my nuts, right? So, with you being with that being said, and you started getting your strength back, and you started doing it. Like during that whole time frame, did you have people from the community to check on you? Because some people, they whenever they find out that you have cancer or any type of disease, they the first thing they want to do is they want to holler that someone has HIV or AIDS, and they dying, girl, they dying, they ain't never coming back, and all that kind of foolishness.
Mhm. Okay, so I had a cousin, one of my
Hmm.
cousins, who actually pulled the stunt. Me and the cousin, we don't hit it too hot, and the cousin is gay, and the cousin gave very much of this to friends of mine. Child, y'all's girl, honey, they rushed her to the hospital. I don't know what's wrong with her, honey.
Missy sisters.
No, exactly. Yeah, that happened with him, but it was no biggie. That got done. Now, what I will tell you that is very interesting. I am a house mother. Okay,
Really?
I'm a house mother. Yes, I am. I just
Hmm.
had my house years and years ago, but I was a house mother, and it was very interesting. There was literally, I had like one or two friends that actually came. I learned a lot. I started seeing people for exactly who they were.
Hmm.
Okay, so you would have thought it would have been like a flooding of people coming to the hospital. No, no.
Or well wishes, and if they couldn't get to the hospital, at least a phone call or a bouquet or something like that. No, nothing. Ghost town. Mm. I ain't even gonna go no further.
I was
Like
fine.
it's old
I
mortuary.
know I was fine with it. You know why? Because again, when I came back out and I was living for the moment, it's easy for me to live for my moment. I have so much free time
Especially when you got to deal with a whole bunch of boo.
and I'm not mad at a soul, but no need
Hmm.
for any conversations because you know that I know, and I know that you know that I know, you know. So it was very
You
interesting.
you know,
Very interesting.
I don't know what to say about I don't know what to say about people, especially in the community. Like that's the first thing that people want to jump and say. But then if someone on the outside the quote unquote straight or straight community say that, then they want to jump in arms and be upset and mad. But I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't
Yeah, it's
understand it.
not just the gay community because you got with family too. We'll do it with
Yep.
family as well. Now, my mother, I come from a large family. I have a huge family, huge. And my mother, literally, there was one cousin of my mother's that actually contacted my mother and said, "Girl, how you feeling? This, that." One, one.
Oh
Remember,
no.
I'm a hairdresser. You remember, I'm a hairdresser. So
Hmm.
you know how many clients I have that were all family members?
Hold up. So you do hair too?
Yes.
Oh, we finna get into that in just a second. We finna get into that. So finish your statement because we finna
Yeah.
get into that.
One of my mother's cousins, like literally one contact.
Mm.
And I call her aunt. I always call her aunt because of the age difference, but she's actually my cousin. She's the only family member that actually reached out to my mother to literally go. It was interesting. I'm telling you, you really get to see what's going on. And little comments that people would say. It was a lot. Now, when you talk about writing books and stuff, there is a book in just that, But it was like this is really cool. It was very enlightening. It was very
Mm.
enlightening, and the way that it went down, I just was different. I know. Like years before, I probably would have been like very angry. I didn't get angry. I just kind of was like, see, I kind of thought that, but it's one thing when you think you know, it's another when you actually know. Um, my subscribers, though, on YouTube, you want no parts of it. I didn't miss a thing. And that is, I had this everywhere I went. And I had my computer. I was in the hospital with my computer. I have video chronicling my cancer journey. I had my laptop, I had my tablet, and my phone. My YouTube family was there more than my real family.
Wow.
Amazing. It was amazing. And that's why I ride like that with them. I don't play around with my people. I do not play around. I'll move this whole YouTube situation about Treasure Lane. I'll shift this whole thing. Because when I needed them, they were there. They were there for me, honey, with support.
That's a strong support system.
I did. I would sit and read my little comments, and I still kept doing my videos, as much as I could. I did what I could, and it was what it was.
Okay, I understand that. So we're going to lighten the mood just a second. We're going to go to another commercial, and we'll be right back. So we're back once again, y'all. Don't forget, coming up on the 20... Oh, God. What is it, the 29th? I'm not good at this right now, y'all. What is going on with me? The 26th, I'm sorry. The 26th, which is next Tuesday. The hairstylist will be in the house with us. He's going to be gracing his stage with different things and knowledge and dropping all that kind of good stuff. So, Spilly Boy, I want to touch back on when you were talking and you were speaking on you doing hair and stuff. Mm-hmm. Can you enlighten us a little bit on, you and the hair process and what inspired you to become the hair guru? Actually, let me show you something and then you just let me know. What inspired you to be?
House of Treasure. Well, that Shay Treasure, what is House of Trade. Shay means house of. So mm-hmm. I was like I said, I was a house mother. So that was actually my house name. And then once I disbanded the house and everything, the name I always thought was real funky. I made it up. So I just said, everybody on YouTube for the most part, they call their YouTube followers, their YouTube family something. And we just decided on Treasure. That happened last year. Mm-hmm. And it's my design, the name that I design under, my clothing design.
Okay, multifaceted. Come on, designer.
So that's, Treasure is just, it's it. It just works. And it's so me. It just fits me. Mm-hmm. Because again, even with my drag, my name wasn't always Milan Treasure. My name was just plain old Milan. And I slapped the Treasure on it. So, the hair thing kind of just happened.
Let me ask you a question right quick before you go into the hair. So where did the Milan come from? Because when you say that, you just put a little emphasis on it. You just say Milan, just a little Milan.
I was named Milan by my house father.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a part of the very first house in Pittsburgh. The very first house that ever was in Pittsburgh was called the House of Domination, and I was one of the founding members. I was a child in the house. I wasn't I wasn't the mother or the father, but my drag mother was actually the mother of the house, Lady Blue. Her name was Lady Blue.
Come on, Lady Blue.
Yeah, Lady Blue. And then Jerome. Jerome was our house father. Now, I didn't do drag. I wasn't a bit more thinking about doing drag. This was back in, 90, like 91, 90, 91.
Mm-hmm.
And I always made clothes. So this was just, he started calling me Milan because we would do little things like we would have a good time. They would, say, listen, we're all going to go out, things that houses do. We're all going out to the bar, but everybody's wearing pajamas. Well, of course, I didn't wear just regular pajamas from the store. I would make pajamas. I'll
Of
show up
course.
and a whole something, child be gold or silver. So it was always something different. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just it. That's where it stuck. He said, I'm gonna call you Milan.
Come
And
on, Milan.
that's where that came from. And they stopped calling me by my regular because my nickname is Shaft, is what I grew up, which I have absolutely nothing in common with that character at all. But that's what I've been called from birth.
Chef. Damn
Shaft,
right.
like the machine. Because remember, I'm born in 72. I'm born in January. The movie came out in December. Came out in
Not
December.
chef.
So, and that was like a whole joke in itself, child, because they knew good and well they was playing games. I was Cleopatra Jones, honey. But anyway,
You better come on, Cleopatra Jones.
we ain't calling you that no more. Your name's Milan, and that was that. And so whenever I did start doing drag in 90, what was that, 93?
Mm-hmm.
December of 93. Yeah, December of 93. I was like, I don't need no new name, child. Milan is the shit. That's hot, honey. And I just continued on being Milan, honey. By that time, people were already calling me Milan anyway. So they didn't have to learn.
So there was no sense of even changing it, huh?
Right. And then I threw the trade, I got heavier into the pageant world, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I said, I want me a last name, child. And then I thought about it, I said, Treasure. That's what I'm gonna be. Yep.
Come on.
So by that
I
time,
ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all.
yeah, whenever I decided to start my own house, I left from my house, disbanded. The house I was in originally disbanded, and then I was part of another house, and I didn't stay, and then I created my own house, and I was like, well, child, of course they're the House of Treasure, and that was it.
Of course, to the house of what?
Treasure,
Dusted and painted. Dusted and painted. Dusted and painted. Dusted and painted.
And yeah, that's
Yes,
that's
God.
strange because generally it's the house mothers name their daughters. It's not usually their father, but now my father named me.
All right then. I mean, that just means that you was the shit and you knew it. Period.
He liked
He
liked me a little bit. He liked me a little bit.
Oh, so that's where the tea coming from.
Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. No, I never.
Now we catching the real tea. Y'all, I know y'all hear it now. Y'all catching the real tea now. Hold on, let me put on my glasses so I can see what's going on.
Don't play them games.
Let me put on the shade glasses because you throwing a little bit of shade behind that.
No, he actually did go with one of my sisters though. That one of my sisters was married to the father of the house, so it wasn't me, honey. I didn't play.
So you didn't play with daddy?
No, it was one of my sisters, Ebony. Her name was Ebony. She was Miss Ebony, Ebboniy. That's my sister, baby. That's who was screwing around with daddy, honey.
Cheese and crackers.
But you know how houses get, honey.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do
my sister's husband, honey. Nope, not me.
So, speaking of all of that, what inspired you? Because a lot of your members in your YouTube family may not know this about you. Is that you're a motivational speaker?
I've actually done like this stuff before I even came to YouTube. I actually have a motivational speaking CD that I had done before I came to YouTube.
Would you care to elaborate a little bit on how did you become into the, your own as becoming a motivational speaker?
Well, before I hadn't actually written my book yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I lived it. I lived. I had an interesting life, growing up, and that's pretty much every homosexual that they got a story, and it's
I'm not
all
gay.
about
I'm
what
not gay.
you're not. Okay,
I'm not.
but I'm sure she has some type of a story. And it was just, I think my story is very relatable, and a lot of it is not just being gay. There were some other things that actually went along with it. So I lived through some different things, as far as some dysfunction and when people don't act right and that kind of thing. And I always was able to speak to how to get to the other side because I've been to the dark corner before. I've been to the dark corner where I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do this no more. This is just not necessary. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go to sleep and be done with this whole thing. I've been to the dark corner. So once you've been to the dark corner and you get back over to the light side of things, you got a story.
I mean, I definitely understand that because,
Everybody can't do that. There's people that have been to the dark corner, but they're not
equipped.
comfortable
Mm-hmm.
doing their story. I've just always been that way. Even with the whole cancer thing, I've always been comfortable to share it, and it was always, I just felt like I needed to share it because you'll always hear me talk about the whole importance of early detection and that kind of thing. There's been people that I've actually talked to where they are like scared. There's a lot of people get very, very afraid when it comes to the whole cancer thing. And I've had more than a few instances where I've talked to people and walked with them and it's like, okay, listen, you got to go. You got to go. You got to be tested. And I'll follow up with them. And they've come back and they're like, you know what? I'm so glad I talked to you, that kind of thing. So I've always kind of had that little thing. So that's where that came from. That's where it came from. I'm a
Well,
share.
some people don't know how to really articulate the way they want to articulate. Some people, like you were saying, is I won't say scared. I would say more timid because you never know when you open up and you share a part of you to people. People tend to take and chop it up and screw it any kind of different way. So it makes you very leery of being vulnerable in front of people that you don't know. But not
Not me.
you.
No, it happens all the time. If you've ever been to my channel, when y'all see me down there, I do a different kind of speaking on here. Okay, and you might get some motivation from it. hmm Yeah.
We listening.
Okay. Yeah. You got to fit
Because
in.
you went ham whenever you do your cleanups. You know that, right?
The cleanup is a whole different thing. See, I always say I could do the 11 o'clock news if I need to, and I can also wrap it up at a rap concert and have everybody be quiet if I need to.
Yes, because you shuts it down, baby. I have
So,
to say, baby,
you
you
know what I mean?
shuts
And
it down.
I've never been afraid to share, and people do chop and screw. What you say, it happens
Hmm.
on YouTube more than anywhere that I've ever been, but I'm built for it. I'm built for it. I'm never afraid to share. Never
Oh,
afraid to share. And that's
fortress.
my version of sharing. I share if I did something wrong. I'll tell you that. I ain't gonna sit and paint you a picture that everything I did was right or all of my decisions were the best decisions. They were the best decisions for me, and then I don't have a
Hmm.
problem telling you what happened. So yeah, that's where all that stuff comes from. Say a motivational read out the child. I'll give you a little taste.
But speaking of motivation and reading, a lot of people may not notice about you that you are an actual author. Like I couldn't get all of the artwork that I wanted to, but I got a couple of your titles here, and I'm gonna flash them up there, and then I'm gonna back down and let you have as much say so as you want to, because I want to know that side about you. And y'all, for everybody that's just new to my channel, that's Uncle Mo in the back, and my mom's getting work done in her house. So if y'all hear the vacuum cleaner and folks yelling and being special, that's what's going on. So y'all have to overlook them, and we're gonna run on and see Jesus together. But the love of Topaz, and we also have Boy Like Me. So if you would please elaborate on both of those if you would like to. If you don't want to, we ain't got to. But I want them to know a different aspect of just not just, you know, because it's so much of you, just the YouTube part of you is so much of you. You have the cleanup, you have the reviewer, you have the motivation when you need a little motivation, you have the survivor. There's so many multifacets of you, and this is just another niche that make you the authentic you. So if you would please just spit us a little knowledge. I'm gonna mute my mic because I know it's a little loud in the background. So go on and spit that knowledge.
Okay. Um, there's a question. Kian wants to know. My books are actually available at Amazon. They're not on my website. My website is like an online boutique right now. So, but I'm on Amazon. I'm at Barnes and Noble and all of that good stuff. Okay. So, Boys Like Me. That is my memoir. I wrote that in 2013. Yeah, on 2013. Boys Like Me is the one that people kind of know about. And yes, that is me. People kind of know about that book. It gets spoken about because, again, it tells my story. It tells my story up to 2013, from like age 6 up till 2013. So that's basically all that is. It tells child the good, the bad, and the ugly. What people don't actually know about much is that whole Loving Topaz situation. Loving Topaz, that is the first in a series of 3 novellas, and it is a story, is fiction. It is fiction. It's a story about a 16-year-old gay youth who comes from a very, very dysfunctional family. Very dysfunctional. Um, and that's all I can tell you, because if I tell you anything else, it will kind of give something away. And it very much is, it's a very easy read. And yeah, I can't give you anything more than that. His family is a hot mess, a hot mess. And he kind of has to learn about being him, because there's nobody
Mhm.
around that's like him. Um, he has to learn about being him, being comfortable with him, and then also deal with the family as it's all going on. So, Loving Topaz is the first in the series. The second book is Losing Topaz, and then the third book is Learning Topaz.
Learning Topaz.
Right. So, yeah, it he basically goes from
Come on, librarian.
being 16 to actually going into being um, a senior in high school in the second book,
Mhm.
and then his living arrangements are doing something or other. I can't go into all of that because I don't want to give it away. And then by the time you get to Learning Topaz, is actually him entering into his freshman year of college.
Well, you know what really got me with the title of the book? That's my birthstone. I'm a December baby. So Topaz is actually my birthstone.
Exactly, and they're
So,
flawless. It comes in different hues and it comes in different colors. And if you notice in the books, each book has a flawless piece of jewelry in blue topaz. And that
yes.
was kind of my thing when I wrote that, because that's the very first book I wrote. The very first book I wrote was Love and Topaz. I wrote that book in 14 days.
Wow. So no ghostwriter, no none of that.
No, ghostwriter, no, girl.
Well, some people that had a ghostwriters that come in and spruce it up to give it a little essence and sprinkle a little pixie dust that we already have. But some people don't have that.
It was so weird. Like literally, I started an outline, and I do that with all my books. I write an outline, just like I'm going to write an essay or something. I did the outline in training at a job. I was at a job. I was in training for this job, and I knew a couple of the systems that we were learning already.
Hmm.
And while they were doing the system, I,
You was doing the outline.
I was writing the outline for this book. And I was like, whatever. Quit the job, quit the job right out of training. Never went on the floor for the first day. I was like, I ain't trying to stay around like this. Left. About 2 weeks after that, I was just going through my bag and I see the outline. Real late one night. It was like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. I pulled that outline out and I looked at it. I took a notebook and I started writing, just writing in cursive. The next day, I pulled out uh, my little laptop
Laptop.
and I started, and 14, it just kind of poured. It was weird how it just happened. And it'll probably never happen again that I would ever be able to do that. But that book,
Never say never.
and 14 days, it just kind of poured out. It was so weird. Then when I went to the sequel, that took like a month. It took a month, which is still very fast.
Yes.
And then the third one took a little bit longer. Then I took a little break after I had those three done. And then I have another book, which is the fifth one, which I wrote. Is called Between Pews.
Mm.
That actually is a standalone.
Has that one came out yet?
Yeah. They're all five of them are out, child.
Mm.
Between Pews actually is a standalone book. So if you read that, you'd be fine if you just read Between Pews by itself. But there is cameo appearances from a few of the characters from Love and Topaz in Between Pews.
So I got to ask some of the nosy questions that they want to know. Is it really, truly a fictional, or is it something that you just done change the names and the places so you don't take and
Okay,
incriminate people?
I know how to play the game. Okay.
Oh, so cat and mouse.
Drama that's going on YouTube at this present time about fiction versus. Someone wrote a book down here on YouTube. They wrote a book about actual things that actually has happened down here on YouTube, and people have been kind of arguing back and forth. Well, she shouldn't have called it fiction. Yes, she should have. She changed the names, so now it's fiction. She changed the names and she changed the chronological order. It's fiction. But no, in the very first book, I have to say, I know how to play the game. And I didn't realize I really know how to play it that well. But in the first book, everything that happened in that book is absolutely true. Now, it's not all my story. It's either something that happened to me, something I've actually seen or sat through, or happened to somebody that I actually know. But the whole book is actual. All the good stuff is factual stuff. And that's why in my neighborhood, my book sold like, it was like crazy. Like I couldn't hold copies of the
So
book.
let me ask you: when you say you didn't know if you didn't know that you knew how to play the game, if you know how to read what you do, because you read for filth, so how you didn't know
Well, I'm
that
a
you knew how to play the game? Because
storyteller.
you reads down.
I thought it was interesting. I knew that some of the stuff that I had lived through was interesting and some of the stuff was funny. And I have a dark sense of humor sometimes. So I find humor in things that I probably shouldn't find humor in. And I do know that we're interested on there. But where I say I didn't know I knew how to play the game is I seen it. And once I did it, and like literally in the first chapters, people start saying, well, wait a minute, is this you? And I'm like, no, that's not me. And they're like, yes, it is. No, it's not me. But when you talk about the character, how the character dresses, very much like me. The character and I have the same birthday.
So you revealing some of the mystery of the magic that's behind all that.
That's what they thought.
Mm.
But like some of the other stuff that they found real juicy, like some of the little sexual escapades.
Escapades.
Yeah,
Hey, we'll have a good time.
it was to the point where people would argue with me. They're like, "This is you," and I'm like, "Do I have any sisters? I don't have any sisters. I got one brother. So
Right.
explain the sister. Well, you just threw her in there. So it got a conversation going. That's why I said I didn't know that I knew how to play the game. And then after that, I was like, oh, so all I got to do is kind of wrap this around something that y'all kind of know, and y'all gonna get all into it. So when I did Between Pews is completely fiction, but there are actual places in Pittsburgh that
Hmm.
are in the book. My girlfriend, I have a girlfriend who owns a restaurant here. Her restaurant
Hmm.
book, a salon that I used to work at is in the book. Um, I wrote it, and then I actually contact these people. And I said, "Listen, this is what's going on," um, and everybody just thought it was like hilarious, and they were all on board. No matter what happened. Like when I contact my old job, my old boss, she was like, "Are you kidding me?" Child, she bought so many copies of the book and just was giving the book out.
Period.
My girlfriend that owns the restaurant has definitely said that there's been people who actually read the book who had never been to the restaurant who actually came to the restaurant because the restaurant was actually in the book.
It's power in words.
Right. So I didn't know I really knew how to play the game, but once I did it that first time, I was like, I know what I'm doing, child. Between Pews is about a church. The church is
Oh,
completely made up, but
are
I
you sure?
I'm very sure. And I had to really, yeah, I had to Google it to make sure that the church name wasn't a real church name. And sure enough, I talk about this church that burned down. And then it's all the drama and all this uh, that's surrounding the church business. And
Right.
when people in Pittsburgh heard the church burned down, immediately there are three churches
Uh
here
oh.
that have actually caught fire and burned down, and there are some little salacious stories that are wrapped around, and people were trying to figure out what church. And I'm like, I'll take it to my grave. I ain't come on, which church am I talking about? I know how to play the game, but that's
Period.
fiction. You know what I mean? Fiction,
Hmm.
and you don't ever really make anything up. Everything, every movie that you see, some of the stuff in that movie, somebody's seen something. And that's where they
Right.
went today. Ain't nobody made up nothing.
Right.
They added to it, and they made it a little more salacious. They made it a little more dynamic, but it's all attached to something, and you probably could trace it back to whoever that author is. You could trace it back to their childhood or something that used to scare them when they were a child, like Stephen King. All that stuff, he's really way out there, but you trace the stuff back to little things. Like he always talks about Stephen King, a lot of his stuff is always set in like Maine. Go back to his childhood. Everything is always things that you see in Maine. It's always connected to Maine. So, like little lighthouses and just different things like that. There's always some little piece of truth that is wrapped
Hmm.
around where fiction comes. That's what makes fiction dynamic. Fiction is fun. It really,
Right.
fiction's fun.
Right.
But yeah, that's my book journey. And actually, of all the 5 books, Between Pews is actually my mom's favorite one. And that's the other thing about me. I love to write about a love triangle. Oh, a love triangle is
Spicy. Mm.
yeah,
So you just said that with even with fictional, there's a little piece of truth.
right.
And so, are you going to spill any details about that Spilly Boy?
Which book?
The love triangles.
You want to know if I've ever been in a part of a love triangle?
I mean, if you have, you in a safe zone, we can take and put it out there.
I wasn't a voluntary participant, but of course I have. I talked about that on Maddie's morning show. I had an ex.
Baby.
It was a love triangle. It was you, me, and she. What we gonna do? baby. They did. There was babies after that too. So yes, I've
So
been sort of a love.
with that being said, let me ask you this. How do you feel? Because I know a lot of people would say, being bisexual is not something real. You're just being greedy. You should pick a side, this, that, and the third. How do you feel about since you were dating someone that I'm assuming call himself being bisexual, correct?
I don't know what he called himself. Try to call himself carrying on, honey.
But with that being said, how do you think with a person not being open and honest about what is truly going on with that situation? Like, because I know you probably went through a whole bunch of emotions with all of that going on.
But I can't even put that on him now. To say that he wasn't open and honest, he wasn't open and honest with me. But his baby's mama, she knew about me. She knew everything about me. And it was just kind of one of them things like, girl, we're not getting ready to battle. We ain't gonna do that. One, he was mine first. You entered into the situation, so we're not gonna battle. I don't even want to be into the situation. But then you be stupid and young and acting like an idiot, and then he just sweet talk to you, and the next thing you know, you like, okay, well, child, you made a mistake, and the next thing you know, here come another baby. Same girl.
Mm,
But she knew all about
mm.
she knew about me. I was there first. It was so one day I'll probably write about the whole thing, but it was weird because it's generally the other way around. Like it's one of those things where generally the boy is the dirty little secret. It's not the
Hmm.
girl that's the dirty little secret. That's where I say he wasn't bisexual. Charlie was gay. He was gay. He was definitely more gay. I've never given him the bisexual title. Charlie was gay. He was gay and he
He just want kids, huh?
liked her and wanted to do what he wanted to do. I don't
Mm.
even know if he really just wanted the kids. I don't know. I wasn't getting into that conversation because I didn't think it was cute. And the whole subject would piss me off. So I didn't need a deeper understanding because, trying to get a deeper understanding wasn't going to do it, but piss me off. So
Gotcha.
it was interesting.
Gotcha.
I
Well, we're
stayed,
gonna get ready to go, huh?
I stayed too long. That's a whole nother. That's what we end up talking about on Maddie's thing. I stayed too long, which actually ruined me going forward because I don't. That's why I don't date now. Like I don't feel comfortable. I'm very guarded when it comes to the dating thing. But that is my fault. Like literally, when I look back on it, it's my fault because I stayed too long, and it ended up ruining me.
So,
So
for any of the viewers that's out there, are you single?
very.
What is your idea of a individual that you would like to talk to? Not necessarily date, but just talk to, have a little conversation, maybe a little revelation.
Give me a little trip. I definitely have. I got a types.
Hmm.
Um, it's funny. I usually like men that they're either extremely short or extremely tall. They're never in the middle. It's weird. Extremely short or extremely tall. I don't know what that's about, but
Are you opposed to dating outside of your race?
child like who likes me, honey. Talked to a Caucasian guy before, and he was
Okay.
really really groovy. He just had too much baggage, but other than the baggage, like oh, he was. We're still friends to this day. He was so cool, like so cool, but he just had too much baggage. Too much baggage. Poor thing.
Cheese and crackers. That's all I can say is
I knew
cheese and
better. It was
crackers.
again. It was another one of those. I got. It's the girl and I was like, oh, I know better. I'm going to help you and me with this.
So abort.
Absolutely, child, run, honey, run. But yeah, he was really, really groovy. Real, just he's a catch. He's a catch. But I'm like, ooh, child, you got some issues going on. I ain't trying to do it.
So let me ask you this. Do you remember, and I'm gonna bring this up a second. I'm gonna give you a second to take and really ponder on this one. Do you remember the old school TV show on they used to come on Logo, Noah's Ark?
It was hard. I do.
You remember that? So I
Loved it.
just want you to think about that for just a second. We're going to get ready to go to a little section that, a lot of my people know, and I'm going to introduce that to some of your people. It's called What in the What. And I think we're going to pop into the newsroom with our correspondent. If she's about ready, she's ready. She just gives me the thumb up. I don't know if she's ready or not yet. I'm waiting for the thumbs up.
So come on
Yay,
in.
nay. So we're going to get ready to pop into the newsroom, y'all, to talk about So come on, Miss Savon. Come on, popping in,
I love
giving us Liberian fish for the evening.
Well, listen. Before we get into the news of the news, hold on one
Mm-hmm.
second. You said you was in an involuntary situation. Where's she at?
Oh,
Where's she at?
oh.
taking
Where's
care
she
of
at?
his kids. Leave that woman alone.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, where he at?
Girl,
He off limit too?
he off.
Oh,
Oh, okay. All right.
He already been taken care of, baby.
Oh, okay.
Like you
Well,
can
thanks,
do that
Jasmine. Thanks, Jasmine. Thank you
oh.
so much for letting me join your show.
Right.
Now,
Hold up
now
before
on
we
to the
go
news
any
segment.
further.
now. Now look at
Okay,
them.
so we got a couple things we finna get into, and I
That.
heard
Now they
Tracy.
all in my business, honey. You asked me about dating, child. They talking about laying, honey. Where I've been laying.
Baby. Look, after we get done with that, we finna let some of them come in and have a little word with you today. But for those of y'all that don't know, that's in the back of the bus, today is happy birthday to Malcolm X. He would have been 92 today if he was still alive. So we're gonna take a moment of silence. Okay, the silence is over. But what in the what is going on? So one of the things that was in the what this week is
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
Mm. Come on, mother hyena. You know I got to side with mother hyena, honey.
Ooh, I'm about to pack my purse and leave. What the hell?
you know how it is. What in the what is going on with that whole situation? What in
I
the
was
what
going
is
to
going
tell you
on
that. That's the first time I met her was at the Monday night at the no. It was the Sunday at the brunch in Baltimore for Maddie. It was the very first time that I ever met Miss Sophia. And I followed Miss Sophia way, way back. I've been following Sophia since the 90s, following her.
Right.
And I met her. So that was like, child, awesome, honey. Maddie was like, come here. She knew I
I
wanted to be.
met Miss Sophia when I first moved to Atlanta. I had met Miss Sophia then, and Miss Sophia used to she takes me there, especially live and in person. Y'all think whenever y'all are on her live that she's something serious, but when she actually done been bouncing off a little, and it's one of them days where she would come through with a mean old Negro spiritual and would air the whole room out. And then she would go to get there and talk about the strippers and everything. I love Miss Sophia.
It's the same thing
I
with
do. I love Miss
I know
Sophia.
Funky. I've been following Funky Dineva since before I did reviews. I was a fan, and I met Funky the first time in person that Monday night at the show, and I was like, floor. I didn't know that Funky knew who I was. Maddie has because I switched the name. Remember, I switched the name, and then I was in drag as well. Because I didn't even tell Maddie that I was getting dressed. So that was I ended up showing up for the show, and Maddie was saying, "Oh yeah, there's saying somebody from YouTube is here," and she was like, "Spill It Boy TV is here," and Funky said, "James Caldwell, where's he at?" And I like fell out like, I don't know, I don't change the name. I had no
How you
idea.
think I felt?
How I felt, how you talk about that all the time, that I didn't know Funky Dineva knew who I was, child. And she did. She was like, okay, bitch. So, yeah, child, listen, I got my whole life down there to the Baltimore, honey.
Hmm.
around the little cantina, honey, in them hills. I had a good time.
Yes, God. So something else in the what news is
Oh, trifling.
we're gonna let you ponder on that for just a second, and then our correspondent's gonna give us the complete life about the situation. So how y'all feel about that situation?
You want me to go first?
Yes, you go
First of
with
all,
that on
how the
that.
hell you gonna be rich as hell asking for some goddamn freebies? That shit, that works my damn nerve.
They got rich.
Cause they don't spend no damn money.
That's right.
That's some bullshit. I don't blame her. My budget ain't that big,
But
bitch.
I
I need we.
live for Chrissy Teigen because Chrissy
I do.
Teigen is people give her airhead, but it's just
Mhm.
that Chrissy don't have no filter. Chrissy just goes there. And
Yep.
I think that's probably what John liked about her so much.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, she a little ratchet. She give them that, that hood rat, but on a.
Listen, I'm like, don't ask nobody for no free stuff. If they want to give it to you, they will. If you're gonna be a brand ambassador, they'll do it. But support. That's something I just don't like at all. So I don't blame her for putting that message out there. Don't ask me for shit.
That was the hardest
In
thing
that order.
talking about the fashion business.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was in school, get my degree for apparel technology and all that, I was like, okay, they don't teach you how the fashion business actually works.
Mm.
And you have these dreams and the aspirations that, oh yeah, I'm gonna design these clothes, and I love, my thing was evening wear, and bridal. That was my thing.
Mm.
And it's like, wait a minute. And then you start to see the celebrities and how they actually don't pay for stuff. And it's like, oh, you make these dresses and these people just wear. I said, oh, Charlotte, that ain't for me, honey. Baby, my bottom line is great.
You
You're doing all that
you
stuff.
need your coin.
You know what else I learned? I learned a lot of the pieces that they wear on the red carpet and things that's runway only. You can't even buy.
No, no. Later on in life,
What? I didn't know that.
later on in
Not
life,
initially.
a complete crazy price on them, and they basically become museum pieces.
Pieces.
And then you can get them, but it's going to cost you a whole bunch of money. But you can
Mhm.
order, like you can order it, and they do that whole thing. Like you'll see things in a gown, and then they'll come back with the like J Lo's dress. People
The
buy
gr-
that. They
that
buy,
green one.
the one that walked the runway that first time. But people would buy it, and they would buy a short version of it, and there were things like that. That always irritated me. If I design
Mhm.
a gown, don't you cut my gown and make it into no dress.
Or score set.
Yeah.
The hell.
I mean, maybe she was trying to be frugal and make it stretch a little bit.
Well, if you're being frugal, ain't no need to even look me up.
If we throwing frugal folks on the carpet, where I sign up at? Cause I show up in my dust ass DG dress and make that bitch work if you want me to. What you need me to do?
Living for the moment.
Okay. So listen, the one thing about you, Billy Boy, that I love when I first met you, first it was just your energy, and then of course you know how we are. We all get a little nosy. So here I am. We got author, we
Yeah,
have hairstylist,
yeah,
mother,
yeah,
creator,
yeah.
stylist of all things, honey. Even just something to cover your face up, honey. Everything.
Right.
Personality. Okay. Owner, operator of Treasure Lane. Last but not least, motivational reader. I mean speaker.
Right.
That's my type of gal right there, baby. Can
Sound
be
like an old nappy bitch. That's just all. That's
it's
all. Something. That's why I sound like I'm just always into something. Oh, man.
you sound like you diversify well,
Yeah,
and you've got
Right.
several portfolios.
right.
That's what it sounds like
Right.
to
Yeah,
me.
growing up, I always would be told you're gonna have to choose something. I always I promise you, I don't. I
Ain't
promise.
nobody got time for that.
And it's always been that way. Even with me in the designing clothes, I can't stand duplicates.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do what I wanted to do. I love one of a kind. I don't want to do. That was the only thing I didn't like about bridal. I said I want to do the wedding gown because I don't want to do the 9 of the same damn dress in that funny fabric. I don't want to do that. So
So what you saying? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Couture pieces.
period.
But I was gonna say, what you saying that though, with you doing like the whole mass thing that you're doing right now, does that like stagnate you a little bit because you're doing like just a different version of it, but it's like basically the same style in
Are
a
they?
sense?
They're not, baby. Each one is
Their
different.
website?
They're all couture masks, all of them.
Yeah, I have too many duplicates because I was down there like, and I'll get off of it and go like I had orders for like a bunch of the same one, so I can't sit there and just sew them all. I'm like, okay, get off of that and go on to something else because that repetition drives me bonkers.
I still want that red and black one or either that gold and green one. You know, that was still my favorites.
I just did a new one today. I'm getting ready to load it when we're done here. I'll be loading a new one up there.
You guys can definitely find your mask at www.chaztreasure.com
Okay.
or Shay
Okay.
Treasure. Shay, why the hell I'm trying to change your damn name to Chiz? Who the hell is
Is
that?
that alcohol?
No, this is not alcohol. What you won't do, Miss Mama.
You're of age.
Blame it on it, you. Got me feeling loose.
You know.
I had to have a drink because I thought I always got to roll out with a couple of my pistols with that listen, unvolunteer triangle girl. I
Yes.
had a moment, but
It
I'm
gets
back now.
sticky, honey. It gets sticky.
So with that being said, I had brought up Noah's Ark for those of us that's old enough to remember Noah's Ark. Do you actually feel like at the time frame that was more of what society thought the gay culture was about? Because they really never had an actual trans character. They never really had really multifaceted of the whole community. They only had certain stereotypes, like they had the Gym Bunny on there, which was Alex. No, Alex is more of the hoe. No, Alex was the mother in top.
Yeah.
Ricky was the hoe. Noah was the newbie to everything and didn't really know anything about anything.
The flighty queen.
Yes. So, and then they had Noah, I mean, they had Wade, of course, was, just the absolute
Trade.
trade, trade term.
He started off as trade, but he switched over to be a butch queen.
Yep. So do you think that was like a good representation of the alphabet with the
Caricatures of us.
Mhm.
They left one out. They left several
Literally
out.
caricatures of us. I enjoyed the show, being gay and watching it, and knowing that Patrick did it. It was like, look, y'all, look at this. I was fine with him doing it for us. I wasn't fine with him doing it for the heterosexual community because for the heterosexual community, it was just another time where it was caricatures of us.
Mhm.
It wasn't like Pose. Pose is done perfect to where everybody is humanized
Mhm.
Mhm.
and not just like these caricatures. They're actual people.
There's actual representation of every person
When
in
other
the
gay
culture.
individuals watched Noah's Ark, they understood that these are the extremes of these people. That there is also another flip side,
Mhm.
To these characters. But the heterosexual community doesn't understand that.
Yep.
Because they would get confused with Noah. When there was days
So
when
did
Noah
you think it was
was cleaned out, they'd be like, well, wait a minute. Child, he don't have to be a flaming queen every day.
Right.
Yep. Did you think it was a little bit before its time?
Yeah. Well, no. I take no. It opened the door. It opened the door. It was like they kind of it was a hard wet, but it kind of wet people's whistle.
Say that
A
one more
hard
time for the
wet.
people in the back.
A hard wet.
Splash, honey.
A sprinkle.
Yeah, you put the tongue out and they give you a splash in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to go to that. That's never mind.
It's
I get it. Or when they talk and they
I'm picturing water But yeah, some people ain't gonna get that reference. They're gonna be like, "Oh,
Ooh.
You know what you get, right? We put you in time out, Spill It Boy.
Ooh.
We
listen."
putting you in straight timeout.
I definitely liked the show. I just didn't feel that it gave enough representation. It was just one small smidget corner of.
It was cute for us.
Mhm.
It wasn't cute for our friends because our friends weren't going to understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, our heterosexual
Yeah,
friends.
our counterparts didn't understand. It was
Mm,
like, see, look at them. Look, see how
mm,
they act like that. Yeah, some of us do.
mm.
Like Ricky was ridiculous.
Right.
We all have a Ricky. We all got a friend that's like Ricky.
This is true.
Yep.
You can't get where you're going because he's somewhere on his knees tearing it up, honey.
One way or the other.
And we're not talking about praying and reading books of Leviticus
Go to church.
at all.
We all know a Ricky, honey.
But it could have
Yes.
happened in a church.
Yes.
I have a story about that too. Well,
Well, I can tell you a couple of stories about the church
I'm
too.
gonna start pushing by between peas book because a lot of people don't know about it, and it's really juicy, very very juicy.
I think another book should come with
I
that.
have
Yes.
that are in the process.
Okay.
Literally, I have like several books that are like chapters from being done. I just need to
Okay.
sit down and do it.
I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready
The
to support it.
5,000 book that's coming called. Well, I don't want to say the title, but it's my mother's like, when are you going to finish this book? Like, quit playing. Well, she's like really in. My mother's a reader, I don't like to read. I don't like to read. Never did. Always loved to write. Never liked to read. Never liked to read. The two classes that I liked throughout, because I hated school.
Mm-hmm.
I hated school, not because I was dumb. I was smart. I just hated it. I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to be grown. I wanted to be done. I wanted to get on out of there and get on with my life. The only two classes throughout high school that I liked was sewing. I had a home economics class for half the 12th grade year, and I had a creative writing class in the 11th grade. Those are
Now look at you.
through my whole 4 year experience.
Spewing creativity. I think we all have a church story though. I think we should do like some sort of collection of written church stories.
Down to the church.
Yeah. And I'm talking about the other praise and worship portion of church.
Right. I
During and after.
was just saying because one came to mind, like they're always talking about what people do. And I'm like, no, honey, I've seen you heterosexuals, honey, carry literally carry and turn it during
And I especially liked choir practice.
listen, my girlfriend. See, I'm going to tell a story, child. Here we go.
Come on with it.
You want me to tell
It's your time.
good friend of mine?
Mm.
Good friend of mine, honey. Listen, we sat there. I was in the pew over here. Her and another friend of ours, they in the pew over there.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the message, her head was back, honey.
You said her head was back?
Back.
In a pleasurable way?
He had done sat there and when we were flipping pages, he was flipping pages.
He was
Oh.
Mm.
So he was doing sign language.
Wow, girl, finger popping. That's what there's another YouTuber that called it finger popping. He was finger popping her, honey, the whole way through the sermon. And I was like,
ooh, they thought she was catching the spirit.
She did, honey. I said her head back, honey.
Mm.
I said, I ain't mad with y'all, honey. Is this what the heteros do, honey, when we ain't looking? All right.
Where you think we get it from? We had to learn it from somewhere.
I was like, yes. I told you I love everybody, honey. And with this, because I don't know. I ain't never been heterosexual. It just was never my child. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I always been a little gay boy, honey. I only go to the closet to get dressed. But Yeah, child. He was over there finger popping her. I said, "Oh, looking for the moment."
I
Oh,
love both sides. I've experienced both sides of the fence, the street, the railroad tracks, and oftentimes I reflect back and would like to go and visit again, and then skip to the little my darling down the street, and then come back home across the other side of the tracks.
right.
I ain't never wanted to do it, but I want to know what's going on.
It's
And I
interesting.
was friends with both. I was friends with the male and the female. So, child, I want to know what's really going on. And we were like all really close, and we were really good friends. And it was funny because she made him a cake. This one time I'll never forget it. Made him this cake, and he's like, Sister so and so made me this cake, and I said, oh, okay. He said, you want some? I said, hell no.
Oh,
Period.
Because, baby, I see how you be running around behind her down to this church, honey. I don't know that cake,
I
child.
want that cake.
But yeah, child, I thought we used to have a good time at the church. I said, we all going to hell, child.
In a
Man.
handbasket.
Carry it
So,
out here to the church house. But
so before we get to opening up the lines and everything, Savon, any questions or any thoughts of what we've talked about so far? Because I know you was taking notes
Yeah,
before we allow.
I am always taking notes, doing a little research, gathering things for our, playing moderator tonight, just to make sure. I am just excited that you're here. This is a true opportunity. I would like to just, first of all, not really ask a question, but just thank you for being a huge supporter. You're never too busy, although you are very busy. You make time. You make time,
Right.
and I
I,
appreciate
and
that.
I had to apologize to Jazz because she was expecting me long, but it just was not happening, honey. The streets have been the streets
And
are
I'm
hot,
gonna be
and
tuned in so I
the
can
orders
watch.
have been really. Listen, everybody who has ordered masks, bless you all. I've been up late, but I appreciate you. It's I don't even want to do it. Like I don't even want to do the mask thing. And people say, do mask, do the mask. I'm like, I don't do the mask, child.
You
I
know,
made the video to teach people how to make a mask, and I was over it. But I went ahead and listened, and it's been really good. And I've been enjoying myself.
yeah.
It's been very therapeutic down there doing it. I've been having a good time playing mask.
I mean, listen, your artistry is, to me, is unmatched. I could tell that you was one that you like unique
Yeah.
things, you like
And
rare
yeah,
things.
I'll jump over into something else. I'm like, okay, I got to.
So, for me, when you say that, hairstylist, we talked about that as well. That's kind of one of the things that, being in the industry that I would say I like the least. How, the redundancy sometimes,
yeah.
it can, kind of stifle your creativity. However, that's a discussion for Saturday. I mean, not this Saturday, but that's a discussion for Saturday. So we'll talk about that later. But that was another thing that when we were talking about pieces, and I think I had done a video, I was clicking and clacking some doggone Marcel
Mhm.
iron. And
So
you were like, girl.
I was watching you. I was watching your wrists, and I was like, give me a break, honey. Because I don't mess with people. I don't let people mess with my face, and I don't let people mess with my hair and stuff.
Yep.
But I was watching you, and I was like,
I was like, girl, clicking and clacking. I had to oil them up, girl.
yeah, come on. That's you better candlestick. Go, honey.
So I just
Look,
want to thank you for spending time with us. That's all I really wanted to say.
Savon, we ain't even gonna say how he done showed up here tonight as CJ JC the undermined trade tonight. Then had a little hoodie on and everything tonight.
Great thing, child.
I'm sorry.
All these earrings and whatnot, honey. Come on.
I know a lot of trade that wore earrings.
Hello.
Here, don't that mess up the whole thing?
You just got a nice little manicure. You're more of the metrosexual trade today.
Okay, yeah, right. Come on, girl.
Non-conformative.
Real,
Non-conformative.
okay, ain't conforming at all. Sit down, ma'am. Have a seat.
Sis.
Okay.
Yes, God.
So,
You know what? I have to say this because every time you took this little break, hold on now. You took the little break. D, our hairdresser friend D.
D-Star, yeah.
Yes, D Star. I always just see D's um avatar
Mm.
when we're in chats. And then we have it blown up today. I said, well, wait a minute, D, looking like a whole piece of good hard candy.
Baby, when the first time that I met D was on one of our lives, honey. Huh. Huh. You saw what I put in them when I put in the doggone chats when that picture came up. I was like, lips.
Yeah, I didn't even. I mean, I looked. I was like, "Oh, he's cute," and I didn't pay that mind. And then I said, "Oh, D, looking like a piece of old hard candy."
Hmm. He's giving me a
baby, you
oh
should see
H
him with
Town vibe. You remember H Town?
you should see look, you should see him with them glasses on because I got another picture of him with he got his glasses on. Give
He
me
said he didn't
oldest
ask you to expose him. Hold
from the
on.
Liam.
Yeah, well, I always say that because over on Treasure Lane, we got some of the baddest boys on Treasure Lane, honey.
You know what? I noticed that.
We do.
I'm trying. Yeah, I've seen some of the pics pop up, and I was like, damn. I
Oh yeah.
wanted to give me a nice little.
Oh, girl.
I wanted to give me a nice little loft on Treasure Lane. Nice little, little property, honey, to kind of.
Because
Listen,
I come
hang
through
out
and creep through there.
you'll be walking around in a t-shirt, no bottoms, just heels.
Oh.
All the best boys.
I mean,
All the hot boys are over on Treasure Lane, honey.
Just bussy, just out. Oh,
this-
I like to
I'm
watch,
not.
so I watch all that.
Child, I'm just there to watch. I'm just there to watch over everybody and make sure everybody acts nice.
Oh.
Here's another one right there. That little one, honey.
Yeah.
Honey.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's a doll baby.
So before we get ready to open up everything, I want to explain to everybody the rules and regulations over here on this side.
She got a lot of
We want every
Girl, listen. Before she get, wait a minute. Before she get into her rules,
here. Girl, you
I,
allowed to cuss
I
out each other.
wait a minute. And look, everybody know when I come to her channel, it is a whole nother Savon experience that shows up because what you ain't gonna do is to get my ass whooped after the show. So I sit over here and act like the white lady that I am.
When she kept putting out all these rules, I was like, oh, good. Okay, so I know she's not going to ask me about this. She's not going to talk about that. Okay, girl. Now over at Savon's house, girl.
Everything it's an open field, baby.
Girl. I was like, child, you got to come with the whole armor of God, honey.
No, I just want everybody to. The only rules and regulations is can we please just make sure that we're having respect for each other when we're talking. I'm not gonna try to overwhelm Spilly Boy, so I am gonna limit it to 5 minutes apiece for people to speak their piece and say what they gotta say. And
Child, that's Shayla talking about can she get an apartment on Treasure Lane? Absolutely, Shayla. Listen, girl, and it's not. And trust, when you come to Treasure Lane, you better be ready because it's not all gay boys. I said I got the baddest boys on Treasure Lane, and I mean boys. I got all kind, honey. There's something for everybody, honey. I got some bad heterosexual males, some bad pansexual males, some bad bisexual males. There's whatever you like.
I think
I
I
need
just
me
need
a
to fly
bye.
by. I don't need to come. I need to just fly by. I don't think I'm mature enough
I
to
do.
deal with it.
I need me a bye.
My YouTube family is right. I have some of the most talented folk,
Yep.
some of the most beautiful men and women. Yes, I do. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Me and Mo are coming.
For the
Where's it at?
entertainment. Oh,
Come
I
on.
am too. But I want to watch everything and do not hold back anything.
Right.
And I'm not bringing sand to the beach.
Oh.
Shayla will keep coming over, honey. She'll leave Mo where he at, honey. She'll learn. She might bring him one time, And then after that, he's gonna be looking for a child.
So I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna put it up for a little while and see what is what. Don't forget, y'all, to take in. Make sure you take care of your guests tonight. If you're feeling the show and everything, Spilly Boy, what's your Cash App so one of the moderators can put it in the system?
It's Spiller Boy. It's $sign Spiller Boy.
Moderators, if one of y'all take and put it in there, take and put Savon's in there, and you can take and put mine in there too. I guess that's fine, even though mine's scrolling on the bottom. But if you like the content, please make sure y'all are taking care of the people that are coming through. They are taking time out of their busy schedule to not only entertain us, but make sure that we get good, strong, nice content. What the hell am I doing? They didn't even do it.
I know.
Beautiful's Hattie Miss Creole is always over on Treasure Lane, and she's really Miss Creole for real. Like she's and all of that.
She's one of the deliciousness
she's
as well.
Creole woman. She's not. She ain't no 52 fake out. She's the real thing. You pop over and look over her, she might have a piece of crawfish in her hand. She real.
Oh yes, come on, authenticity. I know I've gone out there
and the whole 9 yards, and then when you pull it up and you see her, you're like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Child, speaking of Shayla, guess who done popped in here, y'all?
Oh Lord, no. Oh,
come on,
girl, you better give us the mom from Bob's Burger. Yes, God. Yes, girls.
Shayla.
Listen, I'm coming from my apartment.
You can.
Come on. Now I'm telling you, you might want to leave Mo where he at now. You bring him one time, and then after that, I'm telling you, you're gonna be able to be like, oh no, I went over there. Child was getting my hair done.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You know, Savon travels with me to make sure I'll be a part of the glam squad and the excuse. Whatever you need, girl. I ride.
She's telling you that now, and then when she's over there running free, honey, she's gonna be to forget all about you.
I'm gonna make sure you good first. Now, I'm gonna give you time. We're gonna get you together. We're gonna have a time the next day for touch-ups, and then you on your own.
Period. So Shayla, anything grabbing you about it? So what's the deal? I mean, you staying either way it goes, but
I'm always around. I just wanted to come on and say hi. And Spilly Boy, I love you.
Love you too. Girl, I like this hair, honey. It's giving me
really?
so good.
Yes. And it's one of those styles that as soon as it gets a little older too, it's just gonna continue to get real cute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're a little stuck right now.
I see you do nail today. You do nail. So yeah. I see you do nail today.
Them long nails, child. Them things took me 2 hours.
They look good though.
Mm-hmm. I see you do nail.
Ooh.
They looked good. Or as some people would say, they looked it good.
Yeah. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed that live video because you'll never see me do a set like that ever again.
Well, listen, when I come, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to give you some good old active length nubs because I need to be able to wipe my tail without touching my uterus. I done told you. I don't want to do all that with them nails. I don't.
Period. That order.
I'm not trying to do a whole examination. Just, a nice little light.
Little light.
I can give you a nice little active length.
I know that might bore you, girl, but that's okay.
Listen, I don't discriminate. I do it all.
I know.
Everybody's ain't gonna
not
look
bored.
Like
baby.
I mean, I don't see how you manage it. I really don't. I don't see how you manage it. But
the other folks, their nails don't be done. They don't wear no nails.
Oh.
I've never been to a nail salon where the Asian
Oh no.
Oh,
They don't wear their own product.
she was working with these nails on. I'm talking, and I was looking. She was doing. I was like,
Yep.
damn.
Pink gloves and everything.
I would have had dip all over my nails. I'm like, damn, I put lumps and bumps on mine. They have to
Let me
be.
tell you something. The Asians don't wear their own product because they know that shit ain't right.
That's what I was thinking, and I said MMA.
Yeah. They don't want to lose their fingers, but if somebody else can lose theirs.
Care either.
What you say? They'll put that doggone generic product in the authentic product bottle.
And slap a label on it, and you think it's one thing and it ain't. Just like a lot of people be coming to me talking about, well, the Chinese people do gel nails. Chinese people can't spell gel.
My lady, that they be trying to talk me into gel nails. I said, girl, I'm not always a queen all the time. They said, you get gel nail. I was like, I don't want no gel nail. I want to be able to take it off when I get ready to take it off, and I don't want to have to come see you to get it off.
Well,
so what do you get?
Old school acrylic.
Yes, honey, I'm an acrylic girl. I'm sorry. I'm an acrylic girl.
I said,
me too.
And I'm still, like I said, I'm going to be very careful. I'll be quite a while because I can do my own nails. I'm just lazy. And it's more, I like to sit there and be on the phone looking at y'all and sending y'all messages with one hand and letting them do it. But I'm, coronavirus. I mean,
Coronavirus.
I'll be sitting.
Listen, when I tell you, Shayla was on her live today, and I think her mask came up to here. I didn't even see her eyes. She was like, bitch, I'm not playing with you.
Period.
Yeah, it's
serious. Don't let it get upon you, honey.
I don't even
stay scared. If you stay scared, you'll stay safe.
Yeah, because I don't even take as many people as I used to.
Get wrong with that, Patty.
Yeah. Ooh. See, like the work line going off right now. I'm not answering that, folks. I'm not doing all y'all this week. Y'all gonna take y'all time. I'm not about to be rushing doing all of these people. The man just let us loose, and y'all running all over the place. Somebody
going here. She was just singing. I said, "Oh no, she wouldn't be opening up her mouth and pushing out a tune."
Did you say she was
Patty?
Wait.
Yes, girl,
The read.
A high note will give you the virus, honey.
James, did you see the one video where, and I don't know if you had seen it, Jasmine, where the lady was doing this girl's braids, I think like micro braids or something, and she was coughing in her hand and all this other, she didn't wash her hands, and it was during the time where everything was like recently within the last 3 to 4 weeks. And she was going off on old girl because she said the girl came high. Like she was high from like pills and everything else. So she was going the holy hell off on this girl. I mean, hard. And she was coughing and she's like, if my kids was here, it'd be a whole nother story. She was trying to beat the girl up. And the girl was like, I'll just leave. You got my money. He's like, no, I want to finish your hair because I'm about my business. You know, I want to do your hair and you gonna like it. But she kept talking cash money shit to old girl. It was
I seen that.
It was a whole live.
Girl, that girl was singing gospels, honey. And I said, girl, listen. Again, we've been talking about writing, honey. Symbolism, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Honey.
I told my clients,
what's going on around you? You hear in the background, she's singing, never would have made it, honey. And I said, oh,
well, girl, you better hope you continue to make it.
All over you. Oh.
Listen, when I go back, it's gonna be one at a time, and we're gonna practice safe distancing,
right,
and silence, girl.
Right.
So how you gonna wash the hair from the? How you gonna wash the hair from a safe?
That's as close as we gonna get, girl. No, our shampoo, she gonna have her mask on. I'm gonna have my mask on. We're gonna have our gloves on. We're gonna be doing all of that. But we're not gonna be doing a whole bunch of talking. You got something to say, girl? Text me, and I'll text you while you under dry. I'll be sitting in the styling chair in the other room, and we just gonna talk like that. We not, girl.
Well, you know, the hairstylists at my shop, what they do is when they have to wash their hair, because you know the mask is behind their ears.
They just hold it.
they just hold it on their face. And the one lady came in there, the one hairstylist, he had to correct her real quick, and because she came in there, she was like, "Oh, I can't breathe with this mask." And he was like, if you don't put it back on, you won't be getting your hair done.
Right.
You'll be leaving with this conditioner, honey.
That lady had a whole attitude, and I was just looking at her like, "Girl, if you don't get the hell out of here, because you might want this shit."
They don't want to follow the rules. I'm like, some people aren't going to be here next summer.
Yeah.
Well, did y'all hear that? They don't open up the beaches and that stuff down here. Memorial Day weekend in Florida is always, especially in Pensacola. That's when the clears come from all over. So they already talking about that. All of the hotels and stuff filling up. I said, I hope they don't think I'm gonna be out there.
I know people going, and they were like, I said, listen, have fun, enjoy yourself. You grown. When you come back, don't holler at me for 30 days.
And look at her slickly giving them a last goodbye, honey.
I mean, girl, text me. If you need anything, text me and I'll drop it off at the car and you come out and get it. Like, we're not playing them games because we know what's going on. If you want to go, you're a grown person. Go. I support you. If you need help, don't call me. I can't do nothing but send you a cash app or something. That's about it. And I can't do too much right now because I'm still waiting on some money. So don't do too much.
Right.
Listen,
that part.
Say if you want to show up for the school picnic for 2021, don't do it.
I think we have to be shut back down anyway. So,
well, New York has pretty much their numbers are back where they were before they even went on quarantine. So they're going to continue to open up because they just feel like people not taking it serious. So the consensus is now, if you want to go on and this is your new, suicide mission, then, there you go.
We want to open up the BMV so I can lift my suspension on my license and get my expired tags together because I'm getting real tired of getting pulled over and telling the same damn story.
I ain't getting on that bus. What?
Suspension again. Damn.
They shut down a block party recently in Florida. More than 3,000 souls over there doing the most chucks.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Who is that?
Wait. Let me see that.
Somebody over on Treasure Lane.
and listen. He's practicing wearing a mask. He probably has gloves on, but listen, COVID can rest on that 6-pack too.
Oh.
Why y'all drinking like that?
Because the devil is busy trying to give me COVID-19. The hell?
Did you see the two of them though?
This is why we need to go together. She's gonna do my nails and I'm gonna do her hair and makeup. And then we're gonna be out for a while till we gotta touch up the next day.
Come up, I was like, oh, here we go.
And I'm not sure that I saw that picture the whole time. I could have and wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure.
Where you living?
I wouldn't either.
Well, Savon is drinking.
I'm not drinking, girl. Hush your mouth, Clarice.
My Clarice.
She got that damn good old mama Clarice Roller said, "Shut up, shit."
Ooh, the
Talking
shade
about
is
me.
real.
Yeah,
That was love. Gone, finger
The
it, girl.
shade.
Finger it.
Fluffing it, right?
And I was modding and everything, girl. She's giving me so much.
Now y'all see why I don't say too much.
See, this is why she got the rules. Hold on.
Yeah,
I just want to say I didn't mute her.
Sorry. I don't want to get not invited again. She the principal, girl. You get up. I better got expelled. If y'all don't see me for the next 3 shows, that means I got expelled.
She's good.
We'll have meeting afterwards.
Right. And she ain't playing.
Well, I thought some more people would want to come in and say something to you, Spiller Boy, but I guess they're waiting for you to cut up on Treasure Lane. I thought I had it open for everybody to come in because
Well, wait a minute.
I've been
No,
very quiet today. I was attacked earlier today, and I didn't even. Oh, I won't say I didn't
But
respond. I didn't respond like I usually respond.
Oh, you went
as
live?
soon as you get done with this, you're gonna start a live, so I'm gonna be here for it.
I didn't start no live. I had.
I said, as soon as you get done,
I had an interview to do.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh,
So you're just saving it. That's all.
I don't know. Honey.
Well, I'll be tuned in either way. So I'm gonna wait for that alert to pop up, girl. And as soon as that alert pop up, girl, I'm waking up, wiping sleep out my eye, whatever time it is, girl, putting these glasses on, and gonna be just like this.
Yes, because we here for your lives.
Girl, I gotta
the
look
one
at
last night stayed on until what 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we
Did
had
you go live at 4 o'clock this morning?
No,
that was still live.
That was no, I did a 4 o'clock in the morning live, not last night, the night before.
That's what I thought. When I woke up and I seen it,
they told a lie, and I said, "Are you lying, bitch?"
Uh-oh.
And I said, boop, boop. I hit that button, baby, and come on down with the receipt. Said,
wait a minute, Anthony. Hold on. Anthony is so late. Look at here.
Anthony said, "Look at here, fish shutting."
You can tell when our generation pop up in here, girl.
Tell her why you quiet.
Oh, I just wanted to say, hey, Spilly Boy. I just want to say, hey, I love you. I don't even know who you be talking about, babe, but you be getting
nobody. If you see my non-existent eyebrows starting to touch, ain't no damn body.
Not non-existent.
Yes, you be getting them together. I was like, oh, I wish I knew who these people were. Like, damn.
Well, do like I did, honey.
Do I need to move
asked.
to Pittsburgh? Like, what the hell?
Pay them no mind, honey. They know not what they do. There's Zion.
Hey everyone. Let me make sure I mute this so y'all don't hear no stuff in the background.
Hey, baby.
What's going on?
Nothing. Finally off work. Being a moderator and shit,
Yes, you was. You weren't playing down there.
Nope.
Were people showing out down in the people were showing out in the chat? Acting up.
No, but before Jasmine even opened up the thing, Zylan put a nice little paragraph on there, basically saying, "Don't bring your shit and be respectful."
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
I didn't even see that notification.
He sure put it down there. I said, "Yes, Zylan, you better moderate."
Right.
And I said,
Yes.
Getting the kids.
When you feel like acting a damn fool, just come on to the Savon Experience, honey. Just come on over there.
Well,
we welcome.
I just want to say hi to you guys. You guys have a great night. Love to hear Shayla.
Savon, now.
We love you.
Love you, Solo.
Oh, Anthony, you asking about the 2 gifts that he sent. I don't know if I can show that word on here. I don't want nothing to get flagged.
It rhymes with mangina.
Oh.
I don't.
No, it doesn't.
I don't.
It rhymes.
I was getting ready to say
T Bless said she had a question. What happened? She popped in and then she popped back out.
Yeah, I was waiting on her.
So he sent you a little something.
Oh my. Little pussy. It was deodorant.
Right.
I didn't know they had that.
I will say
that.
I don't know if that was a gift for you or
right.
T Bless.
Gotta try again. I can't hear you.
We'll see.
Yeah, child. That's
Oh, come on, ma'am.
Hello, reality
Come
TV.
on.
Lips is popping.
I just wanted to say hi to Spilly Boy. Hey, Spilly Boy.
So really, BTV lives on Treasure Lane. I want a spot.
Yes, she
Do they have
does.
a nice? Do they have a nice penthouse or something next to you, girl, that I can rent? I need to
You
be right
No,
there.
I want to say.
Listen, I did want to say hi
Look,
to the
I
host,
want to
and
say.
I'm enjoying this show. I did want to just come on and say hi. I was a little late, but I'm enjoying this show. Miss Savon, you were in my area. You in the DMV, and you do her. You do her.
I'm not in the
I
DMV.
thought you were in the DMV.
Girl, I'm in Nashville, girl. I'm in the
Oh,
country.
girl. Oh, I thought you were in
Nashville.
the DMV because I was about to be like, I need your info. I need your info, babe. Do you see this? You see all this? You see this
Listen,
COVID-19 new growth going on over here?
but you still have it.
Yes, Mama.
It's not gone.
You're right.
Somebody, some people that I've
Mhm.
seen during the COVID-19, they have gone and forgotten.
Listen, I was in the grocery store and I said, I could tell you usually wear weave, you usually wear some. I can tell, like you can see the struggle
so
of
shit.
the wig and weave people. You can see the struggle. I'm like,
They truth come out.
Can I just say?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I just say? Whenever you had grabbed your bag of popcorn, whenever the
Bitch.
kids was reading each
Okay,
other.
for real.
When I tell you I got my complete life, when I say that you just gave me life.
Do we have permission to talk about that? I'm sorry, Dean Divine.
Yes, we have. I mean, long as Spilly Boy don't mind it, go.
Really,
Because that
BT?
gave me everything.
Really, BTV?
Right?
Baby.
what was there left to do? There was nothing left to do.
Girl, all I saw was
Especially when,
There was nothing left to do but to enjoy the show. That's it. That's all.
well, look,
I
when
don't know
she
how he
said
keeps
titty
a straight
nipple,
face. How do you? I don't know how he does it because when I tell you, I could not keep a straight face.
She's a moderator. Y'all know she's a moderator.
who is?
one of the drink girls.
She's one of the Supremes.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Supremes. I said dream girls.
And we have
Jesus.
Abby, my other daughter. Child, they're the Supremes. I don't question them. I don't, it just is what it is. And they'll come explain to me, well, I blocked so for somebody.
I trust your judgment. Right.
Listen. The other night,
I did a whole segment.
When I tell you,
They did something.
she gave me absolute life.
We did a watch party of that segment, an after
We
show
did.
watch party, and we were all just like gasping and clutching pearls and snatching wigs and like, oh.
Girl, and that
I think
goddamn
she
truck
told me
driving story. Oh my God.
the what?
Baby.
The
No, the
professional,
corporate job. The corporate job.
the professional.
She had a corporate job when
driver.
she was unemployed. Yes. Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Baby, what got me?
I'm not doing it because she'll start a live in 15 minutes talking about all our dusty asses. No, ma'am.
Yes, she will.
She will.
Baby, when she had said,
so it don't matter. But she won't remember what she said the next day, so it don't matter.
baby, when she said titty nipples, I was done. When she said titty nipples, I was done.
She started with me one time. Like
She was?
beginning, she reached for me a little bit one time, and then she came back and she apologized, and then like we've never had no more problems after that. But she'll reach for you. You start some shit.
Girl, listen.
That's her.
Can you spell one? I got $20 for your cash app. Can you spell one?
No.
No,
What about?
Can you spell?
Yes. No.
Spell.
No. When she told
I was
girl,
done.
she told old girl, she said, "I'm sorry, Spilly, but I'm gonna send you $10." She said, "Now, bitch, you gonna send him 50."
Right.
Fuck the $10.
I was like, why she in her face like that?
No, wait a minute.
Baby.
Who called you Duchess Kelly?
Huh?
Somebody called you Duchess Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she didn't.
Because
It's a good thing Dr. Kelly is my friend, ain't it? You know,
Right?
imagine if it was somebody that I didn't like.
Okay.
Well, that happened last night. I didn't call me show.
They
Oh,
did.
I
They
did
did.
hear that.
It was,
They did.
so I was like, oh,
I did hear that because I was up watching when you opened the lines, honey, and I was like, "Oh Lord!" And when
I was trying to, but I fell asleep while I was trying to call.
you was trying to call,
I know
girl,
I be
I wasn't
missing
calling.
now back to work.
I wasn't calling. Nope.
Nope.
I wasn't calling. I was staying in the
Because I
audience,
thought at
honey.
first that you was. I thought at first you was gonna take and open up the lines like we did here. So I had sent you a text message. I don't know if you had got it or whatever. I was like, I'm here because you was like, you was gonna be on here tonight or whatever. I was like, I'm here. And T Bless had took and sent me a text message saying, I don't know if you're still in here, but I'm gonna take and stay on and I'll release your information to Spirit Boy. I was like, okay. So as soon as you pop that line and you put the line there, I said, hold on, let me click on it. And I said, and then I sit there and I said, that was a wrap.
it's been a long couple of
That
days.
was a wrap.
It has
But
been.
then when I woke up and it was still going, I couldn't believe it.
Me too. I clicked off and came back. I said, damn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, marathon, doing one of our numbers. Oh, marathon.
But that's what we do.
Yeah.
I opened up the platform like this the last time we were on for 5 hours.
I remember you. Look, we done had one of those. We done had. Oh God.
Yes, we
A
have.
couple of them.
Oh my God. We done had we done had a show.
I know
An
when I
after show.
And then an after show.
An after show.
Oh my
And then
God.
finally, it was just we just bored as fuck. Just come on in show.
Yeah. We've done that when the kids when the Treasure Lane kids get to cutting up, we do that. We'll be on the channel and then it'll be an after show. We'll be after child. Yeah, it could turn into it's
I'm
happening.
here for it.
Savannah likes to watch stuff, so
Anthony, you need to cut it out.
There's always something that be going on, child. There's stuff
I
going
know
on.
the Treasure kids be trying to stay out of it, but I swear they don't let us live. They don't leave us alone.
Wait a minute, I missed it. Did I have any work that?
What the hell is Anthony Brown? You know what?
No.
Anthony.
My friend used to try to get me to. My girlfriend China, before she passed, she started saying, "This thing, bitch. Listen, bitch. You gotta come on. If they're gonna do your cheeks a little bit, bitch. Bitch, sitting." I said, over here while you getting your treats done, honey. I'm not getting shit done, honey.
Me either, girl. Oh, honey, I do not want to look like Transimoto.
This thing, I've just got girl.
I do not want to look like Transimoto. Walk around with goddamn golf balls in my face. Transimoto. That's what we used to call. That's some old queen shit. I'm sorry. I'm an old girl. I'm an old girl. So back in
You know when girls used to look alike.
Transimotos, they all walking around with that swole up. Oh!
And there was a point in time where all the girls looked exactly like. And you'd be like,
"Are y'all twins? Is that your cousin? Like, why y'all all looking like? I don't want to look like y'all. Walk around with these damn big ass cheeks, and you ain't even smiling. You just."
Giving that wait till they get a load of me, honey.
Girl, no. What you not gonna do? I don't want the heat.
No. I'm not about to get me that.
No.
Well, I just wanted to come on and say hi to everybody and tell you I was enjoying the show, Miss Divine. I guess I'll talk to Spill It Boy later. Thank you. I'm gonna drop off because I think it might be somebody else that might want to come on, so I'm gonna drop off. But thank you guys. I just wanted to come on and say hi.
And T Bless is trying to get her question.
You're always welcome.
I'm gonna.
You're always welcome. T Bless, come on in.
Well, she's trying, but she sent her question. She said, as you grew on your YouTube, how did you decide to have different personas instead of having all your videos under Spill It Boy TV? So I want to say that he kind of touched on just a little bit earlier. Spill It Boy TV actually was one of your personalities, but the name change didn't happen until recent years.
I came here as a schizophrenic, honey. I came in as true to chase.
Not a schizophrenic.
Yeah, I came in because you know other people different. Right?
So yes, join us on Saturday when we talk about mental health and stabilities within the social community. Because I think everybody
I do
who's successful on here has multiple
James,
personalities.
when I do Ask James, very serious. I answer questions. It's just like what's the little what's her name? Ask Abby or Dear Abby.
Dear Abby.
So I'm serious. Spiller Boy be cussing and carrying on and clowning and doing reviews. And then Milan acts like a lady. She acts like a lady, Shayla. I don't be cussing and acting.
You don't what?
Cussing and act too bad.
Well, I mean, ladies act like that too.
You ain't never lied.
Okay.
Because I could be a real heathen.
That red hair's giving me just like Janet Jackson and the Velvet Rope. And then you've got our blonde ambition, Patti LaBelle right here, bitch. Oh.
I love you.
Now, Shayla.
I don't know. It seems like a good idea.
No, ma'am.
Separate it out.
What happened?
It just seemed like a good idea to separate it out.
It makes sense.
Probably too much time on my hands, T Bless. That's probably what it was.
I think you actually touch a niche in several different categories when you do that.
Yeah.
I actually think it's smart. You know, I have my whole Shaquan show.
Channels. Like I have separate channels for each. There's separate channels. But I end up doing everything on the Spiller Boy channel most of the time. There we go again, honey. Hey T. Silent. Hey.
Are you want
what do y'all think his stripper name would be if he was a stripper?
Who?
D-Star, look at that face. If he had a stripper name, what do you think it would be?
You talking about Zal? Oh no, you're talking about
D-Star.
I don't know, but generally stripper names don't have nothing to do with your face.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but I know some people who look like strippers, baby, and they.
What is the stripper name? What's that? What's the stripper name?
Yeah, you would know.
Ooh.
Let me think.
Oh, it take you that long?
Because I have many. I have many names. I'm thinking of.
Oh.
So
we have
find
another
out
question.
later.
We have another question from T Blessed, if I may. At Spilly Boy TV, as an author, how did you print and publish your writings?
I'm self-published.
You guys, you know, you got to have a coin for that, okay? If they don't take EBT cards, okay?
Oh, Savon just called us broke.
I didn't call y'all broke.
I
didn't call y'all broke. I just said that's just the standard. Because, honey, if they took EBT, girl, I would be published all over the place, bitch.
Me too, because I got to prove for mine.
Taylor.
Come on,
Look,
Corona.
What do we call it? We call it bartering. If you publish me, I'll get you several packs of meat from Kroger's. Like,
you so stupid.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, Anthony. Now listen. I know that ain't my ministry, but why can't I get on here and do what everybody else do? Can't sing.
Oh. She ain't read the people, honey.
Oh, I felt some kind of shade with that.
I did too.
Right, she
Thursday night, like Thursday afternoon shade. What's really going on, honey?
I felt some kind of shade on that.
Don't do me. We've already had this discussion.
I know, and it turned left. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I'm gonna sing my stuff. I don't care what you say, Shayla.
Period.
Living in the moment.
And in that order.
Now, you wasn't even on the right note.
I told you, listen. I was voice.
Shayla, say what you got to say, girl. I'm waiting for it.
Ain't this the same one who came in here trying to sing Anita?
Oh, wait. Oh.
I sure am.
Oh.
I missed it.
But I wasn't singing Patty though, like that.
Oh,
At least Spiller Boy was on key when he actually did "Living for the Moment." Unlike you.
Oh, is that what we call it?
Okay.
Oh,
Is that what we call it?
Silence. You know, I try to protect you, niece.
Oh, I don't need the protection, mamas. I'm fine.
Oh,
well,
wait a minute. Wait, hold on. What you been drinking tonight, niece? Because I don't see no cookies and cream. I don't see nothing, baby. Yes.
This is my natural habitat. Sorry.
Oh, so
I
we're
was
in the
just reminded
safari now.
of honey, and the next thing I know, I done caught a high heel to the nose, honey.
baby.
Oh my.
Child. Streets, honey.
Baby, you need to play some. Oh, wow. Oh.
Shelly know I love her.
You all know
Hold up.
the gong show too. On Wednesdays, I think it's Wednesdays. He does a gong show. They be tearing people. Miss Creole is actually one of the judges. They be tearing people up.
And who is that? What channel is that?
Cali Love.
Yes, I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
James, not wait till they get a load of me. Yes, honey.
Oh, that's it, honey. Wait till they get a load of me. That's how some of the girls be looking at him. Scary, honey.
Well, I'm done. I have nothing else to say. At this point, I know I have to stop.
It'll be real, real big. I'll be like, all right. But when they get painted, you be like, yes, bitch.
Right, but when you're not painted, you just look like
Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Baby, when they ain't painted and you see them in the mall, that's when they always get clocked. And little kids be like, why that man got that dress?
I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Like, don't do too much if you ain't gonna keep with it. Like, I'm just saying.
Listen, no. I have been in the mall many times. Wow.
And that's what we used to be like, some and Transimoto, and we would walk the other way and it wasn't no shade. We just didn't want to get clocked too because you don't get clocked.
Honey, it's hilarious to me. I'm like, oh, sister, honey, they got you, bitch. And
remember we had this discussion before.
Huh?
I said the other night we did have this discussion before. There are some trans women that I do feel like do a little too much.
Some.
Oh,
that was gentle.
It happens. So
I mean, but you know what? That's no tea, no shade. I mean, so do a lot of genetic women. They do too much.
You walking
around with baboon ass lips. I'll be like, what the fuck is that?
And no shade, the Bush Queen's starting to do the same.
Lips be looking like a baboon's butt, literally. Just pink and just.
They've been doing that.
Swole.
Has anybody seen Summer Walker recently?
We're not talking about her right now because I'm so mad. Let me turn my camera off.
If you're living for the moment.
No, don't pick your head up, Jazz. Savon is Alan turn his camera on. All right, turn the cameras on right now. Thank you.
I'm trying to do no rush.
You trying to do no rush?
Y'all shall not get me in this. No.
So baby got social anxiety. Can't get on the stage and sing. But you went and got your whole body and face reconstructed to get more attention that you don't want. I'm confused.
Wait, I didn't know she couldn't get on stage and sing.
Is it? Don't she have? She has like stage fright or something, don't she?
Yes, she has stage fright. It is anxiety though.
But did you know
it's a social anxiety?
But did you know that Maxwell suffered from that for a very long time? He never did live shows and concerts for a while. He just did record releases, album releases.
Get close to him, he be suffering from something else, honey.
Yeah, because I've seen that in concert, and he wasn't just sweating like that because it was hot outside.
I mean, he has anxiety too. He does.
course.
As beautiful as he sounds. Mm-hmm.
And look.
As what?
Beautiful as he sounds and looks.
Oh, maybe he had an off night when I seen him then. Because he came out in silk pajamas.
And
Shayla. Shayla. Why are we coming out with guns loaded today? Did the folks work on your nerves today, baby?
They did, girl.
Now what you ain't gonna do?
You can talk to Auntie.
But listen,
Maxwell.
I love Maxwell, and I was
Maxwell.
so excited to see him. But I was just like,
it wasn't good, Shayla.
I was a little disappointed.
Oh, you know,
but I still love him. Everybody doesn't have a good show, and I understand that. So that might have been one of his off nights.
Yeah. Oh well.
Look in the camera, Shayla.
We could just
Shayla, look in the camera.
Naisha or said, "Bucket, make it." Oh, yes, God. Yes. Yes.
He's a beautiful son, mammy.
Amen. Amen. Let the church say no, not amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, y'all, I think we should have Shayla to lead us in an old Negro hymn.
Wait, hold on.
I think we should let Savon do it.
Okay.
You don't. I know my ministry, and that ain't it.
Oh yeah, girl, because you have been drinking.
No, that's not. I've not been drinking. Look, Clarice, I done told you one more time.
I'm not drunk, honey.
And I believe Shayla looked like she was the mama of one of them kids on Manny's show that was kicking that lady in the head. Them kids that was fighting in the parking lot. I think that was your daughter, Clarice. That what you need to do is to get your kids together. Okay, that's what you need to do.
I didn't see the whole show last night either. I didn't catch the whole show.
Oh, Shayla, look what D-Star said to you.
We still waiting for your stripper name, D-Star.
He told me to shush, so I can't say it.
You know, I'm gonna let D-Star slide tonight because you are very handsome, and looks will take you a long way.
Yeah, that's
D-Star, get on the live. Here, D-Star, get on the live.
But he's also, you know, not only does he have great looks, but he's good with his hands too, right, Zylant? Oh,
I can't talk about such things.
I meant hair.
Abort. Abort.
Y'all trying to start a fight.
I meant follicles.
Frolicking.
Yeah, he at work though. He can't do nothing.
Now, look. Now who's starting? Frolicking. What happened?
He at work, y'all.
Oh, we understand.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Anthony, get on the live.
Anthony, we not answer no more questions.
No, we just know each other's schedules.
One of them naked barbers are you, D?
Ooh.
Ain't that?
I need to talk about that.
Can we talk about that, man?
I really need to talk about that.
That's a really crazy trend.
I mean, but
Solo, Betty gone. She back on the road, baby. It was time for her to go back to work. Amen.
Don't do Miss Betty like that.
What you not gonna do? Because Miss Betty said, I'm having a party, y'all, and I got me a man downstairs.
Okay, she did.
Shayla was like, "Oh, bye, y'all. Good night.
I love my Shayla."
That was the
Let's get on
that
live.
night.
Look, Miss Cleo said, "I'm sorry. Well, where are these barbers? Mostly Atlanta."
Yeah, they're in Atlanta. That's where I seen that the little thing was in Atlanta, child.
Because I know one of them is just horrible, absolutely horrible.
Oh, say a ball, honey. Come on, people want to hear about it, baby.
Because okay, me being me. I took and subscribed to his fans only page, thinking that I was gonna get the real deal.
There she go. It's only fans.
Yeah,
I did too. Unfortunately, Jazz.
You subscribed to what?
Nothing, and never did get Brock at all. No brick, no nothing. Just
nah.
That's what y'all get. Because y'all know y'all should have went over to Pornhub, because Pornhub will give you a good hard on. Them OnlyFans is just giving you old laziness.
Well,
That's where you find those
some won't.
skate videos.
I hate it so bad. So I get on here.
I ain't got
We-
nothing to say.
Oh Lord. You said
Well,
how
girl,
you get standing
This,
most times
huh?
faces in the crotch level. Child, they be naked.
that's the
Yeah.
point. That's the
Naked.
point, T Blessed.
I said, this is a mess, honey.
My thing is, what if they fart?
While they
Let
bending
me get
over
off this
picking up
daggone screen.
I cannot stand Savon.
So if you gassy, we talk, girl,
Look,
or
maybe it's not the day to cut hair.
or you done been there cutting hair all day long and you need to freshen up. What you do?
Punch him in the
I
stomach.
mean,
Right.
what if you get bubble gut while that's going on?
I would tear my panty out. Okay, so this is what you're doing, honey? I will punch
They
you right.
yes, Miss Creole, they do bathe first. However, you know most barbers are in the shop a long time, so unless they got a shower back there to shave it between COVID-19, girl, I don't want your unmissables right, girl.
Okay.
Balls
And let's
all
be
rank.
very clear. Some people don't know how to deodorize those glands in between the legs to ensure proper freshness.
They don't.
Act like ain't nobody ever experienced some old muskiness that, and you want to tell them, but you try to be nice. I'm not nice, bitch. You stink. Go bathe. Try this another day. Bye.
Now, Josh, when you said you got one of
And
them
put some bleach in your water.
alcohol sprays, and when they think they spray your beard, honey, you spray them.
I'm not even doing that. I'm sending you home so you can try that over again because that was disrespectful.
And please put some bleach in the water.
That ain't gonna help the glands, girl.
Oh, but it will.
Yes, it will.
You need a little antiperspirant and deodorant.
But it sure will open them up, honey.
Just a cap for you guys.
A little dab will do it.
I need you to put your warning up because some folks are gonna go out here and start drinking bleach.
Yes.
I didn't say drink it. I said to bathe in it.
I'm just
Bathe.
saying, you said bathe, they gonna hear drink.
Yeah.
The president has taught us the meaning of words.
You smell like you need to put some baking soda in your water.
Warning, the views expressed and opinions expressed on this program is just that. Views and opinions. Don't take any of this shit serious. But I will warn you, viewer discretion is advised.
Period.
Shayla, you look concerned.
Spilly boy, I want to ask you. You
What
and
have you been
Shayla,
drinking?
did y'all ever see this right here?
Why me and Shayla?
Oh, girl.
Because I don't know if y'all had seen this.
And her name was Naomi. Not confused with Campbell. We call her the 2020 version of Annabelle.
Yeah.
Period.
Because you know you've got to grow as the centuries grow. So ain't nobody taking that old raggedy Annabelle home. She need a more luscious, savage, classy version of Annabelle.
There's a video. There's a
nervous.
video. Any of you ever come across it, please send it to me. It's a little boy and his mother filmed him. And I didn't pull it because I was going to pull it. I was going to put it on my Swipe Left show. But the mother was saying something to him and he was like, "No, it's Annabelle. It's Annabelle." And he was just so terrified. It was the funniest shit ever. Child. But Annabelle, she's really ugly.
Ugly. I mean,
Yeah.
like if y'all see,
Dirty, Annie.
if y'all go back and see, like the ones they use in the movie production is not the authentic Annabelle. Annabelle was, oh girl, she was horrible, honey.
That's real.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's based off of a, you
what
know,
they call it?
It's real, girl.
Yeah,
based
but
off of a true story.
Exorcist.
Ventriloquist.
No.
I don't like ventriloquist dolls, so I would never watch that movie. That's why I never watched it.
Ventriloquist.
She's an ugly, dirty face bitch. Is what she is.
She really is. And you know what? I'm not gonna say too much because
Right,
I
'cause she
believe
ain't
there's
popping
some.
up in my
I
house.
believe there's some truth. And next thing I know, I'm gonna have Annabelle 2020 out there and Naomi outside.
I said, okay, girl, I got something for you, honey. If your eye move, bitch, I'm on you.
I'm shooting you in each eyeball.
Girl, look, my mother is so scary. My mother would not be going for nothing like that at all, honey. If I had sisters, it would have been terrible. Stuff be moving and singing.
Yep, it was a raggedy. As I was just about to say, it was a raggedy end doll.
It just would break out and start talking. My mother would be like, in that room with some shit with the talking. I ain't for that fuck shit.
Let me tell you, there was a doll that was out that my sister had. I think her name was Cricket.
I remember Cricket.
Girl, what? Cricket?
I don't even know what that is.
A doll.
She was
And they
shit.
had, yep. They had one kid sister and my buddy. Those two.
You remember
My sister
like my buddy? My buddy is where they came up with Chucky.
with Chucky. That's why I was like, no, with his rat. No, I didn't like my butt. With them damn skates.
My buddy.
Wherever I go, here goes my buddy.
See, that's
My buddy.
see.
You know, it's a white guy that walks around Youngstown and he looks just like Chucky.
I'll bet.
And I'm not even being funny. Like he really looks like him. Like he got the freckles, blue eyes, and red hair.
And what was Chucky's actual name? What was the doll actually?
It was called
The good guy doll.
The Good Guy.
Good guy doll.
The good guy doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was your friend to the end. Heidi ho, ha ha.
Heidi ho, ha ha. And what
Yeah.
did y'all see the
Hi,
new one?
I'm
Where-
Chucky. You wanna play?
Where he knew how to get into like the Wi-Fi and the internet.
I didn't.
I wanted to see it.
Monday. I love the original.
That's why I didn't watch it because the original is classic for me. So I didn't want to see 2020. Bitch, you get
Yep,
into my
Charles Lee
ring.
Ray.
I stopped myself from going to see Pet Cemetery is one of my absolute favorites, and I stopped myself from going to see. Right, that was his real name. The person's soul.
The person. Mhm.
He was a serial killer. Yeah, I see. I'm all into this mess, child. But my, Pet Cemetery. When I found out the things that they had switched up toward the ending, I stopped. I was like I was literally on my way to the theater, and I was messing around on YouTube and seeing a video.
Here's what I would say.
I said, "Damn it!"
Here's what I would say. I did see it, and I saw it in the theaters. However,
it happened with Gage. That's why I didn't go.
I want. Seeing it though, it explains something. They gave it some clarity, but I was kind of pissed.
I was evil. When they said like how the end, it made me mad. I was like, oh y'all, no, really?
Yeah,
that's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But there's a couple different endings. You gotta look at that on YouTube. There's a couple different versions of the ending.
Is there?
There's one where the daughter is stuck in the car. There's one where Gage is stuck in the car.
Really?
The one where they said that Gage, I don't know which one, I can't remember which one they actually used, but
now nobody's trying to see another screaming.
Stuck in the car and the family all.
Yep, I saw that. That's the one.
I had
family.
That didn't sit good with me at all.
The whole, like everything. That if y'all ain't seen it, we sorry, spoiler alert, but that damn cat. Oh, where Miss Kitty at, girl?
See it anyway.
That was their cat.
I don't do scary movies like that because they're boring.
But that
once they start acting stupid, I get mad.
Like little Lord Fauntleroy, honey, like he was dressed in that picture at the grandparents' house, and he was standing there. I said, every time I come on, I bust out laughing. I said, look, I look like little Lord Fauntleroy, honey. He said up there, and he said, I already played with mommy. Now I want to play with you. I said, oh, get them out of here. Kill them all.
I'm going to tell you a movie that when I was a kid that I thought was, Well, two. First, the Children of the Corn and Damien.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah, cheering the corn was something serious.
Oh, baby, child.
Girl, the
Tori-
Children of the Corn.
What's her name? Oh, them kids needed a beat. All of them needed a beat. Now.
But see, wait a minute. But that's the thing.
Them
The
kids
new
were
the new Pet Cemetery to me gave you that Children of the
That's
Corn
what it
feel,
did,
and that's
yeah.
what
and I hated that movie.
I did. I was like, oh, mm-mm. Wait a minute,
Oh.
damn, even sex dolls getting humped and dumped. Yes, girl. So you know we ain't got no chance, Naisha. We
She
don't have
didn't,
no chance.
she didn't put out. She got put out, Addy.
And
That's what I said. That's what I said.
They smothered animal brains on her and then left her and her user manual to the new owner, the police
Ooh,
department.
Use the manual.
Yeah, the
Come
user
on,
manual. Had her.
Do you?
Look.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah. I'm sitting here, picturing. I'm laughing about Gage when he walked back. When he was so high up, child, he was high as hell, honey. There's a YouTuber that be as high as that baby was, honey. She be just that high on her channel, honey, bitch. But yeah, when he was walking backwards and he tripped over that thing and he fell over there and died, when the dad gave him the injection in the neck, he was walking backwards. I said, he is high as good around, honey. It just makes me laugh.
So what about y'all? What about the Saw series? How did y'all? That was just too much for me.
See, the thing with Saw is that it's gore to
It's
like
gore.
the extreme, where it's boring at the
Too
where
much.
it's boring.
The storyline is a mind fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And it's very hard to write that and keep it all together.
Yes.
And do it well. That works. But it's gory just for no reason. I ain't got time.
See, here's the thing: the writers, I don't want to be nowhere near your ass because the shit that go through your damn head.
Right.
Same with Stephen King is.
I want to sit with him and talk to him.
Yeah.
I love Stephen King. I just think he's so fascinating. I really do.
He looks strange.
He's scary. When it get dark, I don't want to be sitting with him. But before then,
I remember. Yeah. I don't trust him.
Okay.
I believe you'll wake up dead messing around with him.
I'm not gonna wake up dead because when it start getting dark, I'm gone.
But some of his movie stuff happened in the daytime. Like I don't want to be nowhere near.
Hit me, honey.
Like the Sleepwalkers.
Century?
Would I ever see what?
Storm of the Century.
I didn't.
Oh, the stuff that he just comes up with when he went to I'm trying to think of how the little lullaby went.
A lullaby. See,
Oh no,
that's a whole new evil.
See, that's why I don't like Freddy Krueger.
Oh, Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that's why he came to the door. Because see, this is the thing. This is when you knew movies were going to be good. Because back in the day when they did horror movies, they never bothered children and they bother old people.
Right.
Stephen King fucks up everybody.
Everybody. You all can get it.
Everybody on the script. In the very first and Storm of the Century is like one of the best movies he ever did. But it's about a cult, basically. But it's long, but you are engaged, like totally engaged. And it doesn't feel like a horror movie.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that.
Again, it's in Maine, and it's this like little town. But the very first person to get it, just little nice lady, little old lady, she go up there, honey, and they knock on the door, and she goes to the door, and she has pain. It's the devil actually shows up to her door, and she's like, hey, open the door. She's so innocent. And honey, he told her, he said, born in lust, turn to dust. Born in sin, come on in, baby. And he took that cane and gave her. I said, oh, tore her up. I said, this is a movie. When he tore grandma up, I was like, they don't give a damn, honey. I'm all in.
I am going to watch that.
He tore grandma down. I said, He got her
My
ass at the door. Yes, he did. Went back up, got this man. The grandma was at the door. The old man was sitting there watching the TV, honey. He didn't even see it coming, honey. I said, oh, God damn, honey. Tore his ass up. It was somebody got killed with a can of green beans. I said, ooh.
Can of what?
Damn, green beans ain't even safe no damn more.
It was like
You ain't never say.
a little bit like it was like temporary insanity. People would snap out. It was really good. But yeah, it was a couple. They were together. The devil was literally walking around and he was interacting with these people. And it wasn't, he was a regular person. He was just interacting with the people and he was playing these games and turning everybody on themselves, on each other. They were turning on each other and stuff and carrying on. But when you get to the end, well, I should have told you, but it's like
I still want to watch it. But you know what?
And it's very long, and so is Rose Red. Rose Red, I think the house is here in Pennsylvania. I think it's closer to Philadelphia. But it's a house. And the house is so huge.
Did you say Rose Red?
Yeah, Rose Red.
I love that movie. That movie
There
takes
are rooms literally that were like appearing and missing from the floor plan. They're like rooms that's like, okay, it's like 362 rooms, but then at one point there's like 364. Then at another point there's 361. Throughout the year, there was a lot going on. But it's a long movie, but it was really, really good.
It's like 4 hours long, but it's really good.
Girl.
I like stuff like that. That's a good old Saturday. I'm just sitting in the bed and I'm just.
Of course, I love Carrie. Carrie, Carrie had a different. Carrie wasn't actually the ending of Carrie was the original beginning of. Oh, I read this. It was the original beginning of another Stephen King movie. And they ended up using it for the ending of Carrie. Not the very ending. The very ending is when her hand comes up and grabs her. But when the house implodes and gets slammed. I can't think of what movie it was though.
Now we is talking about the old, not this new bullshit they be trying to do.
Yeah, the old stuff. Oh, I was so excited. I went to that movie. I said, "Y'all, this is terrible."
Yep.
This is high.
Yeah. It's rarely ever do they do a remake that's cute.
The old Carrie is a key waiting to happen. It's a lot of one-liners. I said, "Child," when they gave Hetty, they're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. I said, "Oh,
right."
It's like out of nowhere. It was like, why would they throw some Benny Hill? Because that's what it reminded me of, Benny Hill satire in the middle of the movie. And when her mother said, "I can see your dirty pillows," I said, "Dirty pillows, bitch."
It was just a little slob.
Huh?
It was just a little slob when she slept.
Child.
She had bleeding gums.
Hell no.
Dirty pillows.
So,
I mean, whoever thought, like, who thinks dirty pillows, titties? Really? Dirty pillows? I said,
that mama was a mess.
That mama was something else.
Yeah.
The hell out of that part, though.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, she was a freak, but she had done everything she wanted to do.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Filthy little whore.
That's how it is. It's always, look, that hit dog hollering. And that movie taught you about bullying, in my opinion.
No, that's what they did to you, mama.
That's what mama wanted done to her.
It did. I mean, they did. Her mother wasn't telling a lie.
Yeah.
That's why everybody got tore up, honey. I loved it though. But Sissy Spacek.
On that note,
she played the hell out of that.
She did.
I got a video that where I talked about the new version versus the old version. I got a video of that.
Okay, we're gonna check it out.
I do.
You tell
So
D
on
Star
that-
I said I'm so sorry, Mama. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
because I could do movies all night. Child, we'll be here for another 16 hours, honey. Through movies and music. That's what they used to do to me on live all the time. They'd be like, start making them talk about music. You know what I mean?
Now, see, I can talk about music day in and day out.
Yeah, same.
There you go, honey.
So don't forget, coming up next week on Tuesday, the 26th, because Shayla about to go there and read me for filth. The starter hairstylist will be in the house with us. Don't forget, that's at 8 p.m. sharp. Unless he late and,
Now, you know what?
we just
You
don't see
ain't.
what's going on.
Make sure you show up on time, D Star, and I'll make sure to wear the same unit.
You know.
Oh,
And make sure you ain't got no trashy phone with like it keep going out like last time.
Now, what y'all ain't going to do?
I thought that was
is come
somebody
for
else's
mines
phone.
like that.
Well, he the
Well,
one keep coming from my.
Hey, I was wondering when you was gonna wake up, honey. Come on now. Get
I'm
them.
just letting
Who,
the
me?
act up.
No, this island. Like get the folks in order, honey.
He don't need to get us in order. He needs to get his man a new phone.
Boom.
I'm going to say I saw somebody in the audience, and I guess he left or fell out. I'm gonna get him later, honey.
What did he
Uh-oh.
say?
Oh,
Who?
One of them boys, one of these
who
boys
is it? What he said?
in the streets, honey. He didn't say anything.
Oh,
He just
Oh.
popped in, and then I guess he popped out.
You mean on StreamYard?
he came in and showed a little support and left right on out.
Gave a little head and left.
Yeah, yeah. I was very
Gone with the wind.
appreciative.
Fabulous.
You saw it? You saw who I'm talking about?
I was very appreciative.
I'm gonna get him, honey. So you were living for the moment?
I was very appreciative.
So was that the one with the shirt off and the mask?
Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm,
No, Zooline's still here, child.
mm-mm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Silent, any closing words tonight?
No, I'm just happy the show was really fun. I learned a lot.
Side
Coronavirus.
child.
Girl, I'm about to cancel
Any
all
closing
my appointments for the rest of the week.
Why? You want to sneeze in there?
Look. I feel like I gotta clean my camera now. Oh,
See, and that's your good Judy. That's your good
Right. See?
no, I just want her to be safe.
Let me shut my camera off.
No, you didn't put no mask on.
Not the
You know what?
wrong.
That's why I don't fool with y'all now. See, that's what I be talking about. That's rude.
We coming with supplies. We gonna make sure you good and you safe and secure.
Yeah, I'm coming with supplies. All right, I'm gonna drive my car right down there and throw that shit right out my car and be like, Shayla, get this,
We got
please.
you, baby. We got you.
Being rude, Shayla. I'm advertising. I ain't being rude, babe.
The lies.
You just make sure I get that bitch on time, okay?
Oh,
And I'm gonna wear the wig that he made for me too on Saturday and see how y'all like it.
All
that's
right.
right. Together.
I'm gonna pull out the
Oh.
raggediest bitch that I got and be like, "Some y'all see what
Oh,
these are
Jesus.
made for me."
Girl.
You ain't shit.
Oh, what will you be sipping on that night?
Nothing.
Shayla,
Water.
any closing comments, Shayla? Shayla, any closing comments? How was Honey do now? You do now? Okay, I guess she ain't got nothing else to say. Savon?
Yes. I just want to thank everyone for coming
Come
on the
Yes.
show
Thank you.
and supporting, because you guys could have been doing a number of things and you chose to be here with us. Definitely want to thank all of our guests from Treasure Lane. You know, I like to have homes in Syria, several area codes, because in my head, I'm that bitch. In my pockets, I ain't. So I'm going to be coming
I
and
hate her
visiting.
so bad.
So
I
thank you
hate
guys for
her.
coming and supporting. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna take y'all out for just a second, so y'all just stay in for a second.
Hattie,
Billy
get
boy, you had the
out,
floor.
all of you, Hattie. You get out. You get out. You get out.
Let's not start.
You all are crazy, child.
Billy boy, you had the floor.
Oh, child, to do what, Hattie? No, I'm messing with you.
I don't
Thank
know,
y'all
any
for
final
having
words, any kind of
me and the Treasure folk over, honey. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And child, you know y'all got to come over and go.
we appreciate you coming in
Absolutely, child. My,
anytime. All you gotta do is just let me know.
does Zala have
Anytime.
a channel? I don't know.
Zalin, if you have a YouTube channel,
Shayla
take and put
does.
your information in the comments.
I think Shayla does.
And Shayla too, if you have one. But I don't think Shayla have one. So hold on just 1 second. So we come to the end tonight, y'all, and I do appreciate everybody coming in and enjoying the show with us tonight. I do thank everybody for how much they came in and enjoyed with us. We laughed, we cried, we kikied, we have a good old darn night tonight with none other than Spilly Boy TV. And one more time before Spilly Boy TV get up out of here, Shayla, Zalent, Savon, y'all ready for it? Because we're gonna do this one more time. Y'all know it. Spill it the Boy TV.
Billy boy.
You know it.
Honey, y'all better cut it out.
You know it, right?
it.
But we appreciate everything that you came through and you blessed each and every one of us tonight with sharing the part of your story that maybe some people did not know about, and I know some of it I didn't know about. I thank y'all all again, and without further ado, we're out, y'all. Have a beautiful night.
Bye.